Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. It's a Monday night, and we're kicking off another wrestling week with WWE RAW tonight. The Bash in Berlin go-home show. A crazy week here on the channel. A crazy week in wrestling coming off the heels of AEW All In last night. We got lots to talk about, lots to get into for 3+ hours. So strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel-good, and welcome to the Wrestling for Life Network. Let's go! Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Welcome to the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream as we got WWE RAW on tap tonight. A jam-packed show. Lots to talk about. Lots to get into, including Howdy will be in action. But we are on the road to Bash in Berlin. We are on the road to No Mercy. We just got off the road to AEW All In, and we got so much to get into. So, folks, I hope your Monday is going well. I hope you're happy, healthy, and safe, and you're ready for some wrestling tonight. It's going to be a fun one, folks. Get in that chat. Click all the buttons. I want to see triple digits in this chat tonight. And it's, we got a lot to unpack. But me and that pretty face going to run you through the next few hours of wrestling. I will remind everybody out there, I am Mr. Evernight KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and that is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight, KJ White. I am Big Nick, and my guy, I hate to keep having to say this type of stuff, but we have to say T's and P's to one Psycho Sid, Sid Vicious, Sid Justice, unfortunately, passed away today, I believe, at the age of 63.
63 years old. It kind of put in perspective of like, man, I'm getting old. Sid Vicious is 63. T's and P's for sure. We just talked a lot about Alpha and Sika and some others that have passed away recently, Kevin Sullivan. So yeah, I mean, our heart goes out. Sid Vicious, if you grew up at a certain age, one of the biggest heels in the business, definitely a sight to behold, a guy that gave Hogan a run for his money. And as you got older, you realized his promos were gold.
Yeah, one of the quintessential big men, and I know everybody still remembers the moments. I know they stick out with me, and they're just nice smile moments now. I've got half the brain that you do, Hogan. Or when he's at WCW in the parking lot, why me? Why?
You know, one thing I'll never forget with Sid was when he came off the second turnbuckle, the Bret Hart rope.
Nope.
Man, I was watching that live as a kid, and then. Yeah, that match didn't turn out the way it was supposed to, and he had turned his leg into an L. So, no, again, sad story today. 63 years old. Nowadays feels too soon, but definitely R.I.P. and T's and P's to everybody out there.
And it's kind of sucks that he's not going to see himself get put into the WWE Hall of Fame, because I feel like, especially now with Hunter in charge, that was probably going to be the next thing that was going to happen. So that's unfortunate because, like you said, guy had main eventing WrestleManias with facing Hogan and everything. I know he went against Taker. That's one of my favorite Sid matches, him and Taker, I believe, at 13. So a really underrated and underappreciated big man.
Yeah, I mean, again, he was just a madman, Nick. He had such a different energy, and you believed he was Psycho Sid. Like he embodied it so well, and you were like, oh my God, he's gonna, like, even him and Bret Hart. I mean, underrated, I think, at times, but yeah, no, definitely left a mark. One of those, I think you said it, quintessential big men. So yeah, no, I mean, definitely sad news to the wrestling world today. But what else are we gonna talk about? I mean, we can dive in real quick now. Raw tonight, we will talk to you about what's announced. But Randy Orton will be on the show as noticed. Braun Breaker's got hit the number one contender tournament is starting tonight, Mr. Nick.
Yes, so they're doing 2 3-man, 2 triple threat matches. So I don't know if this is like a round robin tournament, if they actually have like brackets, and this is just literally the first part of it. But I know that the winner will take on Braun Breaker. Bronson Reed's later tonight. So many Brauns on Raw.
Yeah, Braun.
You're right, but Braun Breaker will take on the winner of the tournament at Bad Blood. But so tonight we've got The Miz versus Xavier Woods versus Pete Dunne, and we've also got Jey Uso versus Kofi versus Karrion Kross.
Yeah, absolutely. So 2 qualifiers. We'll see how those turn out and who will take on Braun Breaker finally. You already kind of touched on it and mentioned it. We do have the Braun showdown tonight as Big Bronson Reed taking on the monster among men, Braun Strowman. This should be very interesting.
You need to reinforce the ring 100%. If this is going to be one of those moments like a Mark Henry versus a Big Show type of match, to where you're going to probably get the ring collapse. You get the Bam Bam Bigelow spot if somebody goes through the canvas.
If they get the main event spot, we're all going to be leery. We're all going to be like, wait a minute.
Well, I've heard that the main event tonight is going to be Howdy versus Gable.
Wow.
Yeah, that's, I think, was in the Pierce announcement that he put out with the 2 trios matches.
Okay.
As well, because I assume that probably you're going to end up with really spooky, because they've very much been teasing today of like taking out the head of the whole issue with going at Gable. So they're still leaning into that. So it's kind of hard to follow up, Howdy coming back a year shortly after his brothers passed away. The first time he's actually wrestling, having a match, taking on Gable. So that's going to be a big moment.
No, absolutely, Nick. And again, folks, I see the chat filling up. We will get to you. We will say hello. We got about 22 minutes before the start of the show. So we're going to keep talking for the next little while, and then we will check in with the chat. Get in there. Again, don't be shy. Don't be quiet. Take this link. Share it everywhere people are talking about wrestling. We were up over 200 live viewers last night, and we're looking forward to getting back to that number again. But we do want to see triple digits every time we go live. So keep it up, folks. We appreciate it. And it's been nothing but fun watching this grow. Speaking of last night, Nick, I mean, rave reviews for All In from a lot of people. They weren't disappointed. And again, maybe it's a little bit of the smoke and mirrors, but critically pretty good.
Well, we kind of thought that was going to happen because you did have some really good matches. You had some really good moments more than anything. And we talked about it on stream. It wasn't a bad pay-per-view by any stretch of the imagination. I still think it was a pretty solid showing. It, to me, is not worth the 10 out of 10 top 3 shows of all time for AEW praise that's getting. I think that's a lot of A, caught in recency bias, and B, caught up in, they did give, though, a ton of surprises. We had Ricochet, we had Nigel, we had the Grizzly Young Vets, we had Sting, which still is my favorite reaction going back and watching, because I'm not cheering.
I'm not cheering. I was pissed because there was a way to do it that made it better, and Darby got steamrolled, and all that. You gave all the shine to the guy that won't be there tomorrow, not the guy who's got a world.
What if he is? What if he's coming back?
He can't. He retired. Go away.
Yeah, because that's never been a thing in wrestling, to where you retire and then unretire.
Go away. I hate these fake retirements. Stop it.
He's on the Ridge Holland retirement tour,
right? But yeah, no, we will see how that turns out moving forward. But yeah, I mean, again, lots of surprises, but like, are we letting them off the hook a little bit in places? Perhaps. Ricochet was great. Ricochet came out, did about 3.5 minutes of stunts, and then we didn't see him again until when? Never. So that was disappointing for me. Grizzled Young Vets come out, put Young Bucks on notice. That was pretty cool. Not a big deal. Get a little nervous that they're going to go after the Bucks because I don't trust the Bucks can do it. A Jericho Hook match that didn't do anything. A very boring trios match. Yeah, man. I mean, I thought we were pretty accurate by saying it was average. It was 7. I gave it a 6, 6.5.
Yeah, I was a little bit higher than you. You gave it a 6. I was 7. I think was going to give it a 7.5.
But yeah, no, I think that's more than reasonable, more than fair. And again, I think if you hold every company to the same standard, and that's what I felt like reading a lot of the reaction today is like, man, you're letting things off the hook. That if you change the initials in front of the show, people would be highly critical of some of the stuff that we were given.
I don't even think it's fully just that. I think it's literally that they got enough surprises, so it became clap hands. That's the distraction from everything, because like the Jericho hook match was not great. No one that I've seen was truly a fan of the Mercedes Britt Baker match. That was a fumble. That was an issue.
Yeah.
That was not good. But then you also had matches like Mariah May and Toni Storm, which you were really high on, said it was second best match of the night. And then obviously they end the show with Swerve versus Danielson, which was a fantastic match.
Oh, I mean, Swerve Danielson ended up being a saving grace. And again, you got big moments. And I did find it funny during the press conference. Tony talked a lot about, like, it was a very family atmosphere tonight because everybody in their family got to be involved in this show. We talked about the mamas and the papas all night long. It kind of made me laugh. But Tony acknowledged it. He was like, no, that was kind of by design.
Fair enough. I mean, it did kind of at times give it that kind of nice vibe, but it was a little weird that it was like 6 matches in a row. Speaking of the press conference, did you see Danielson's quote?
Specifically?
The one that he's talking about, you know, now it's time to go home type of thing, that he could still go on and do this forever. Did you take that as he retired?
No, I don't know why people are like that. He just won the belt, so he did not retire. He is going to retire in Washington. Like, I don't think this is, and I'm not saying you, my friend. But I see people out there of like, oh, well, that was Brian saying goodbye. No, he would have done it in the ring, you putz. Literally, we have a pay-per-view coming up in his home state. Why would he not retire there? He's going to fight Darby at Grand Slam, and then he'll probably fight Nigel McGuinness in Seattle in this whole, like, you know, come full circle and retire with one of his biggest Ring of Honor rivals. There you go. Bob's your uncle. Betty's your aunt. It's beautiful. Put a bow on it. We're going home. We're done.
I do nothing but concur with you, sir. I was also thanks. I was also going to mention how Christian coming back out and winning the gauntlet match after we got the surprises of a Nigel, of a Ricochet, after he already had lost the trios belts in the first match. And apparently that contract is available for a title shot at any time. So
yeah, apparently it's like a cash-in, like a cash-inable.
Yeah, it's like Money in the Bank, but they don't want to call it Money in the Bank. Oh, because remember, it's replacing the brass ring thing that they did when Scorpio Sky won it and all of that.
Right. No, here's my thing on Christian Cage. I don't get it, how it helps. Like, Christian Cage is a veteran, been around. We've seen him do his thing. I think Christian is colder than he has been in quite a while. And to me, I saw a lot of people were thrilled. Oh, I can't believe they did it with Christian. That's amazing. And I love Christian. And the patriarch, I mean, I don't care for Luchasaurus or Nick Wayne or Nick Wayne's mom. Again, more nepotism. But at the end of the day, I mean, Christian kind of helping get young guys over and being in feuds that way, great. Christian being a number one contender, how do you not give it to Ricochet? And fine, okay, people are going to argue, and people have argued today. Well, you can't just bring him in and like throw. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can. You should. But in addition to that, let's say you choose not to. At least in that match, you have to, like, it was a perfect opportunity for someone to deck Ricochet and be the reason he didn't win. There wasn't even a moment. Was there a moment in that match where we thought Ricochet might win?
Don't believe so.
Like, oh my God, he almost had it. No, not one. Not one. That to me are the flaws. That to me, and I get it. The diehards out there and the digital car drivers are going to be like, oh, it was fucking amazing. No. Go over it with the fine-tooth comb that you go over the other company with, and you'll see the truth. And that was my issue is, okay, Ricochet doesn't have to win, but set up something for his future. You didn't do it. You're lazy because you're just going to throw him in the ring with every high flyer. Hologram, here I come. Kyle Fletcher, here I come. Pac, here I come. Osprey, here I come. I don't have to know how to write or produce or book. I'm just going to shove these men together and they're going to do the job. Pause.
Fair enough. I'm excited for some of those matches that you named. I will say that. But I do get your point 100%. And yeah, because there was even the whole thing to where the final entrant was like so far past the previous entrant that there was like weird cadences with it. It'd be like a minute and a half, 30 seconds, fucking almost 5 minutes before the next person came out. Stuff like that like really took you out of the match a bit.
Yeah, the random increments and stuff like that were a bit of an issue. I don't disagree with that at all. And again, guys, like we said it last night, like I didn't pay all that money. We didn't pay all that money to watch the show so we could sit there and gripe about it the whole night. But there were things like that. The opening match was boring. They should have opened with Toni Storm. And she killed it. They killed it. One of the best women's matches of the year so far. And I thought they did outstanding. So I give flowers where the flowers are due, but I can't watch a Jericho Hook match and see people online like, oh my God, they did so good. No, it was fucking awful. Sasha Banks and Toni Storm and Britt Baker was awful. It was like watching a divorced couple try and get their shit together. It wasn't good.
It's funny that you say that because I'll ask this and then we can get to the chat because we've been going for like 15 minutes. Did you see where someone asked Sasha Mercedes her divorce at the press conference? How awkward of a human being do you have to be to do that?
First and foremost, yeah. I mean, who are you letting? We already joke about this, but who do you let into these media scrums? Like, why are these people getting in there? And what in fucking God's green earth made you think that was a good question? This lady, whether you love her or hate her, if you get an opportunity to ask her a question, that's her fucking life. Leave her alone. If you want to ask her about Toni Storm or anything she does in the wrestling ring or what flavor of fucking ice cream she likes, go all at it. But her divorce situation is none of your business, even if she did go public with it. Leave it alone. And again, she acted like an asshole, which she does with 90% of the questions she's asked anyway, so it worked out.
Fair enough. She just looked awkward and cringy the whole time.
I'm sure she was like, what the fuck, bro?
Well, I'm saying even before that, but yeah, that was 100%. Oh, what in the holy hell match or holy hell question? Sorry, saw you flipping the things. But do we want to talk to the peoples? Talk to the peoples.
Yeah, let's say hello to some of the folks here tonight, folks. Again, thank you. We are 15 away from triple digits again. 200 in the chat last night. We want to replicate that as many nights of the week as possible. So be a friend, tell a friend, and welcome back, Bonkers. As a lot of these comments we're going to skim through, and all the T's and P's for Sid out there. Roman,
well, and by the way, just shout out Bradley for the $2 super chat.
Yep.
We clicked on it earlier, but yeah.
Thank you, Bradley. Welcome back. Rocco, welcome back. AD, welcome back. Roman, AB, ABCDEFG, Eric, Damien, also with his rest in peace. Kevin, welcome. Damien, got you already. 316. Yo, 316. You give us a name or something.
316. It's easy.
We just started calling you Austin, or
right.
We'll just give him a name. 3. What's up, 3? It's too long. What's up, Eric? How you doing? Safit, welcome. Odds, welcome. Eric, USA Network will have all 3 shows next month: Raw, NXT, and SmackDown before NXT goes to CW in October, and Raw goes to Netflix. Yes, that's facts, Eric.
There you go. One-stop shop, just like we are your one-stop shop for all things pro wrestling.
It's true. Rest in peace to Sid from Alex. Robert, welcome back. Larry, it's always a pleasure. Good to see you. Wrestling is bullshit. Came to the right place. There you go. Robert, welcome. Mick, I see ya, as always, causing trouble. James and KC, back at it again. Welcome, sir. Sex machine.
Yes, I am.
There you go. No Gyms, welcome. Providence is my home city. That's awesome. Nick, you see any? Ronan, I almost missed you. Christian, I see ya. Blaze, Trip, and Luna, Trip, back with it again.
The Trips.
Woo! This list getting long. I love it. Misfits is in the house. Oh, I clicked away from yours.
No, you're good. We got Misfits. What up? The master and ruler of the world. I can't do it as good as Big Ray does it, but yeah, I can't. Yeah. But it's always, he literally fucking scared me at times just watching that man as a child growing up, because he would literally set his opponents getting carted off in a damn ambulance and everything, getting stretchered out on a weekly basis.
Yeah, no, when he would cut those backstage, because he'd do those like pre-match backstage, and he would just start foaming from the mouth, like he'd get that like that build up on his lips and just like start spitting of like, you will never know. And it's like, whoa, this guy's gonna
die.
Yo, Adrian, we did it. Mr. Golfer healing it up. Ken's back in the house. MDB, it's always a pleasure. If you put it out there, you got to expect follow-up questions about the content you create. That's like me not asking you about wrestling. Fair enough. Okay. I actually defended her, and you got a point.
That's a valid point, I would say. I mean, to an extent, it is still personal life, and there is that line between
did she open
personal life and being asked something like for work-based stuff and everything. So it is a fuzzy line a bit, but yeah.
But is it fair to say that she might have opened up that Pandora's box because she did it on social media? She had that conversation in public. So now you feel like it's on the table?
It is a valid statement. It is a valid question. To me, I would err more on the side that it is still private. Granted, nothing on social media at this point, if you put it out there, it's not private. You shouldn't almost expect it to be. So I do see the point. Yeah. I just don't think you really don't need to ask about stuff like that because one, who cares? I don't care. Why should you care? Why would you care? Yeah. And two, whose fucking business is it for you to need to know?
Yeah, I mean, again, and she made the joke, and that was my first thought of like, bro, you trying to get in there or what? Like the ink's not even dry yet. Like, so
right. So when will you start dating again?
Yeah. Have you been looking for a neckbeard you can hang out with?
Right. I have my mom's whole basement.
Yeah,
have you seen my CGI car? I have a fucking
have you seen my Wookiee collection? He asked me if I wanted to see his Wookiee. He meant really Wookiee. Was the Sting return a one-time deal to help Darby, or is he planning another return? I think it was a one-time thing. Amazing how many people that Tony flew over. Like, their budget has to be insane. How many people
he used Final Countdown twice. I'm pretty sure he used Metallica. So already right there, that's a shit ton just in songs.
Yeah, no, I mean, I hope it's a one-time thing. Like, you lose faith with your fan base if you go through this whole like ride with Sting and you get to Revolution, and now if he comes back and tries to go on a run, or we see him regularly again, what the fuck was the point?
Right. Like I said, he's on that Ridge Holland retirement tour. Just retired for a couple months and just back at it.
Yeah, right. Clay Lewis, what's up, KJ and Big Nick? I can't wait for college football this weekend. Or all the wrestling, Clay. Oh, maybe.
That too. Both. You can watch both.
Alexis, welcome back. Spaz, I bet my Wookiee. Perfect.
Oh, I bet my Wookiee.
Oh, that's awesome. William Tyler, welcome. Roman, I see you. Alexander's in the house. This list keeps getting longer.
Just Joe, what up?
7. Great minds.
Right. I started watching wrestling around the time Sid challenged Sting for the WCW title around Halloween Havoc 1990, I assume. Yeah. Rest in peace, Sid. Yeah, because he still had his whole run in WCW too as well, besides his stuff in WWE.
Yeah, I remember like Sid Justice, Sid Vicious. Is that the same guy? What is happening? Like when he would bounce around and he was one of those guys because he was, a little volatile from the stories where he was like in the company, then out of the company, then in the company, then out of the company. You're like,
yeah, but this also marks one of the biggest moments to where you knew Bischoff and WCW turned too much into inside baseball when he asked Sid about his scissors, which was just a whole dirt sheet story of a fight between him and Arn Anderson in a hotel that no one except for them would know.
No. And why is there's multiple wrestling stories involving scissors? They must have always been handy.
They're always trying to scissor me, daddy.
Yeah, no shit. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we are rolling. We are about 25 minutes flew by. We're about 5 minutes away from the start of Raw. When Raw kicks off, folks, we will take your predictions. We will take your rating. Damien's still listed as a champ. I'm not changing it. I'm lazy. I forgot to. So I think that James and KC is our new champ. Yeah, bad host. But we will update that ASAP. That belt is on the line twice this weekend. Both shows. So you could win the belt on Saturday and lose it on Sunday, or vice versa. So whoever's got the belt tonight, it might be a short run. Enjoy it.
Right. Well, it's even shorter because we haven't even changed out the nameplates yet. Here,
Damien gets a bonus day.
All right, you get one more day to just hold on to it here.
All right, there you go. William giving you some love.
What up, John? What up?
What's going on, John? Wicked Wars is in the house. My homies, what's going on? How you doing?
Road dogs of mine, talk about home.
Right. What's up to the best stream group in all of YouTube? KJ, Big Nick, and Anthony. Rashad, good to see you. Appreciate the kind words, sir. But yeah, folks, right before the show starts, I will take a minute to go on a long preamble of just tomorrow. NXT is our go-home show for No Mercy. Wednesday, Dynamite, the fallout from All Out as we build towards... No, fallout, see, it just rolls off the tongue. Fallout from All In so we can prepare for All Out. Yes! Thursday, we got a preview show. We're going to preview Emergence. We're going to preview Bash. We're going to preview No Mercy as well. 3 preview shows. Friday's going to be a mega stream. There's a ton of shit going on Friday. SmackDown, Rampage, and more. Emergence and Capital Collision. Saturday. Brunch with the boys. We are getting up early. Get your wake and bake on. Have a fun time, just like this weekend. 11 a.m. we go live. We will be live all day long with Bash in Berlin. We'll have your full coverage. And then the next day, we will be here live for No Mercy Sunday night. So, folks, when we tell you we watch more live wrestling than anybody else out there, we are not even beginning to exaggerate. So be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, subscribe, and let's hit 100 before we start the show in 3 minutes. So let's go find some friends. I scared 2 away. Shit.
Let's go. The whole time I was just like following the bouncing ball. Get away, and it don't stop every day. Go, and you ain't gonna fly me.
I love it. Keep that chat coming. 90 likes. Let's roll. Holy shit. Let's go. That means one person in the chat has not hit like yet.
Do it. Listen to me. You need to do it. I can't do that so much more. We don't have Dijak around anymore. I need Dijak.
You haven't been practicing. Yeah, we haven't got your Dijak in a hot minute.
Yeah, no. But Spaz with a $10 super chat saying kayfabe, jayfabe, and gargantuan Nikolai.
Oh, time for gargantuan Nikolai.
Apparently, I'm turned Russian somehow in this whole fiasco. Time for Plug-O-Rama. Pause. Emergence preview in the can already. Still working on Bash in Berlin and No Mercy. All should be dropped by Friday. Drop a like, chat. There you go. Plug initiated. Plug in, plug on.
So much.
As Trips, what up? Give me a hell yeah. Yeah. MDB, it was me. I like the video. There we go.
You better.
Yeah, William's shouting me out and following you around like, I got bro in different area code.
Since Bad Blood is getting a reboot this year, I hope No Mercy gets the 1999 stage reboot. I don't think we're going to get that one, but that was an OG classic.
I'm still waiting for Backlash to get the hooks. The hooks. SpongeBob, the hooks. The SmackDown fist.
I want the SmackDown fist back, and I never thought I would yell that out.
You want to get fisted?
Of like, I want the fist.
Someone clip that right now and send that to me. I want the fist.
I want the fist back because then I can put our logo kind of around their fist. Pause.
Pause on all that.
But yeah, I mean, bring back, like I say about our t-shirts, folks, everybody could use a good fist on their chest.
Right. Abe Johnson with real bracelet, Cry Me a River. Well, we got the real glass too last night, and Jungle Boy got a pop for it. I wanted to like that match.
Huge.
It was just, he beat the ever-loving bullshit out of Darby, and then just Sting came out and ended the match.
Did you hear the reports that match got cut short?
No, but I think it was obvious to see it.
I feel like it was half a match. The other part where Darby had some comeback, even if Jack Perry won, and listen, I took heat online a little bit because my reaction of like, why didn't Sting show up? And people were like, well, the good guy doesn't cheat, KJ. I wasn't asking the good guy to cheat. What I was asking for was it to make more sense. The Bucks come out, they're restraining Darby. They're going to set him on fire. Sting, the music hits. Then he beats up the Bucks. Then Jack can still find a way to win.
Even the odds.
But it gives hope. I got then, sir.
I'm about to get then. I got then. I can't say now because I don't have it, but I do have it now.
Now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are now ready to go. Nick and I are synced up. We will be here all night long, forever. And it's going to be a fun one tonight. Get in that chat, and get us back to triple digits. Let's go together.
Right. Yes. No mercy, yo diggity.
Yeah. In memory of Sid Udi, Psycho Sid, 60 to 2024.
And was a big guy too. That you didn't see a ton of big guys that were cut too, like a goddamn bodybuilder. Like he reminds me a bit of like size wise, like Big Trouble.
Yeah,
just a really big guy that's still cut.
Yeah, that again, you were used to like the big giants that didn't really have much. It was just the fact that they were big, gigantic men. But the fact that he was actually like built, it added that element to him. Like he had just got out of prison and he was going to murder everybody.
Yeah, he should have been Nails. That's 100% the gimmick he had, just fresh out of jail.
As we have American Made coming into the building.
They need such a better name. What is it with WWE and having shit faction names right now?
I don't know the naming process. It's been a struggle.
It's spin the wheel. As I've got Braun Strowman and now Braun Breaker. God damn it. There's too many Brauns. Bronson Reed coming out now. Walking back.
Braun.
With doing his best Mother's Milk impression here. Shout out to boys because he's got the Gangstar t-shirt on.
Oh, we're opening with Judgment Day. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're kicking off. Thank you for that triple digits in the chat. I'd like to see it get to 150, 200 tonight. We are greedy around here. We're about to hit 5.6K subscribers, and we are grinding towards 6K, and then 10K is on the horizon. So as we always ask you, be a friend, tell a friend, take this link, share it anywhere you can share it, and enjoy all your favorite wrestling with the wrestling friends you can't find in your real life.
In honor of Sid Vicious, help us become the masters and rulers of the wrestling universe here.
Right. The most fun you can have watching wrestling.
Right.
Yeah.
I know they say no leaders, but Finn's very much walking at the front of the pack here.
Well, we all know the no leaders concept never works. It never works. Right. So there's always going to be someone that stands ahead. But they're all kumbaya right now. They're in the honeymoon phase of this version. And I like it. I mean, I got to give them credit. And I like the idea that Finn's getting some love.
Right. Boston, what up? Alex, the Judgment Day. Yes. Tony, what up? Terrence, what up? Yeah, it's T's and P's, 100%. Alexis, the rejects of Judgment Day. Sounds like you're a little judgmental day.
They're not the rejects. The Terror Twins are the rejects, Alexis. They stayed.
I mean, one of them was about one of those two factions, those two groups was about to be called Street Trash, and we know which one it was.
I don't believe that for a second.
That screams Wrestling Observer Network all over it. Bash 8, just found out about Sid. Yeah.
What was I don't know what the official cause of death was, to be honest, and I don't want to.
He lost the battle with cancer.
It was okay.
Yes.
Just a friendly reminder to everyone out there: love somebody. If you haven't said "I love you" to your parents, your friends, your brothers, your sisters, just share some love because life is short and precious, folks. Trust me.
So, that's why we try and be the wrestling utopia and all this. I know we might not like the same thing you like, or somebody else in the chat might not like what we like, or what have you, or anything. At the end of the day, we're all having a good time. It ain't that fucking serious. Love who you love. Just fucking have a goddamn good time.
Don't waste a minute, folks. Life's short. Night. And she is getting so much ridiculous heat. Liv Morgan's got the mic, folks. What's up, Anthony?
Nuclear heat next to each other.
Anthony, I'm on to you. You popped up exactly when she did. So I'm on to you, bro. Yeah, absolutely, MDB.
Yeah. As I can't help not look at the sign that's right above them that says Liv has a shitty butt.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. Or a poopy butt. It's a poop emoji and then a Y.
Yeah. People are nuts.
A big poopy butt.
Like, dude, I'm going to the wrestling show. What should I put on my sign? He's like, I got it, bro.
Right.
You're like, really? Really? That was all you could come up with?
But no, we're getting a replay of the attack from last week. But yeah, no, you've got Liv, who's already getting heat because of everything that she's got going on with Rhea, and you pair her with Dom.
Yeah.
Nuclear plus nuclear. It's nuclear fusion of heel heat.
Well, that's how much heat Dom has, is he radiates to the others. Like, the others are getting heat because they're just friends with him. And we saw it with Liv. Like, the minute that solidified that relationship, she's never got a reaction like this, good or bad. Like, yeah, the Simps cheer for her, but again, she's good. And in this role, she's one of the best you got right now. Whether you love her or hate her, you can't take it away from what she's accomplishing.
Right.
September.
Yeah, 100% with that. But I said nuclear so much, I just thought of the Homer Simpson. It's pronounced nuclear.
Nuclear.
Yes, no, Tessitore starts in September. He was actually just calling the debut game of college football this past weekend.
She's got a point, folks. Hey, Nick?
Too.
She's got a point, hey, Nick? If you weren't so selfish and self-absorbed, you'd still have Dom.
Yeah. Listen, that trial's already passed. I can't, I've run out of appeals on that case. So thanks for rubbing it in. But no, I was saying how she's gotten great on the mic.
Mm-hmm. I will remind everybody out there, if you're a fan of our wrestling court, don't forget to go to the video and comment in the video section. What cases would you like to see? What things would you like the lawyers to battle out?
Right. She's just such like.
Oh, you just want to smack them both?
Crappy bitch from high school that you want to just like, if you were a man, I'd throw punch you. Respectfully. You thought this man got booed before. He can't even start to breathe without them losing their mind.
Yo, he screwed over mommy. He got heat up the you know what.
Oh, yeah. Carlito, you're going to help with the fucking Spanish. They're booing them in Spanish, so there you go.
Yeah. She's laughing. She has no idea what he just said.
Right, yeah.
He said, stop booing this hoe's with me.
It sounds like, so romantic. And he's like, puta, pendejo.
Hey now.
Joe Black, what up? Hashtag graveyard shift. Yeah, I've been there. It sucks, my God. But you got us to keep you company.
Amen. Dom, you suck. Breaks out in the building, folks.
Bro, the hard cam's wobbling. It's doing the backlash thing of it starting to kind of wobble.
Right.
He literally is getting insane heat right now. Even Eric Tate's booing him in the chat. Boo, boo.
That's good, man. And now he's yelling at the fans like he's sick of their shit. Dude, you go find me anybody in any building. The only guy I can think of that got this kind of like hatred heat is Cardona in GCW.
Yeah, honestly.
Here they come.
Ronald Mysterious.
Ronald.
Booyaka.
And the rest of the whoa. They're
right.
still a thing. Dragon Lee's back.
There you go.
We haven't seen Dragon Lee in what, a month? I feel like it's a month.
I cannot confirm or deny that, but I'll go with you on it.
You can't recall when we see him, so it's been a hot minute.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not, like I said, I can't confirm or deny.
No, I know. I'm like, am I wrong? Nah, I don't know. Dom is great.
Christian's giving advice to Anthony. Boss, what up? Saying nuclear heat. Steve G, Boston, Sammy J. Fair enough. Terrence Child saying Tiffany Stratton check cashing her Money in the Bank contract against Liv Morgan is a lot easier to defeat Rhea Ripley than it is to beat Nia.
It is, but it's not the story. And then you got to deal with Rhea, so I'd rather maybe not.
Yeah. I'm going to just leave this up here and you can read that at your own leisure. I'm just going to go thunder out. MDB
Hey.
I'm just gonna go comment under all the wrestling court videos saying Nick show won. Thank you, my guy.
MDB, you're gonna get Boston mad. He's gonna come out after you. Be careful. Be careful.
Right.
But I guess we're setting up a 6-man or an 8-man tag for tonight. Possibly, no.
And that's what you would assume with this situation. You would assume that that's what they're setting up, and especially since we're getting something close to that. Well, we're getting the mixed tag match at Bash, so we've still got to wait for a medical update on the Terror Twins as well.
Yeah, I'm sick of this Dom and Ray shit, but it hasn't been happening, Boston. This is not like an ongoing thing, and he's always going to be connected to his dad. So if they give them a one-off match against each other so that it gives an opportunity for Damian and Rhea to get their hands on him, I'm okay with that setup. At least there's a backstory to that setup. But keep in mind, they're not really doing it. Like, they're not into the Dom Rhea or Dom Ray thing. Like, this is just a placeholder. It's a pawn in the overall scheme.
It's not a consistent feud. Well, it is a consistent feud, as in it's one of those. They've always got history. It's the same thing of like how KO and Sammy for the longest time. No matter what, I hate you.
No matter what, we're connected.
Right. It's a bit with that versus this is.
Whoa! Dragon Lee through the air. Whoa! Let's go. Yeah, we're
so. Did we get the Lucha Trio when we get Dragon Lee, Phoenix, and Penta all in the same company?
Yeah, I'm really curious what they're going to do with them. I kind of want them with Andrade.
I kind of want them to just be a fucking tag team, and we just. I kind of want, honestly, stop. Just you're Hispanic, you join the LWO or El Fantasma. Those are good. Those are established. The rosters are full. We have no bookings.
That's why I'm advocating for a third Spanish representation.
A third one. Just when you couldn't take any more. But wait, we'll give you a third. More.
But ladies and gentlemen, we are in a commercial right now as we're getting the package for Bash at Berlin, 11 a.m. We're up early on Saturday. Don't miss out. Don't sleep through it. Stoner Jesus, if you can hear me, I'm talking to you. Don't miss half of it by sleeping till 1 p.m., my guy. But
he'll be 3 days late. We'll have to go and get him from his home and shit. Move the stone.
Replays are handy, Nick. Replays are handy.
Absolutely, 100%.
But God, who invited Dragon Lee?
Hey, Dragon Lee's great.
He's good. He's really good.
Right. Go ahead.
After you, sir. I think you're going to.
I was just looking at comments to click on here because we got RM saying looks like this results in Joaquin and Cruz versus Finn and JD for the Raw tag belts. Could be. Well, I've heard them talk about they want to get the tag belts on pay-per-views more. We've got 5 matches for Bash. We still think that you could at least get by with 7. Tony did better than he has with 10 matches. Granted, I know we talked about you didn't like the pre-shows of getting 57 people on in 3 matches. But he did better with only, so that still would have really represented about 9 to 10 matches on the main card. Yeah. So that's not bad. Go ahead.
He did much better with that, Nick. He did much, much better. I have to give him credit where credit is earned. And they're 100%. I'd rather, listen, I know I took the piss out of putting okay, we reduced our matches, so we're going to shove everybody into 2 matches. It's crazy. Did it ruin the show? No. Did it make me hate the show? No. They were just, they're pre-show matches. I don't give a fuck what happens. Christ, Bibbins was dressed like Michael Jackson in one of the matches. I'm okay with it, but it's still kind of funny you can see Tony Khan's rationale play out right in front of you.
Yeah, you can call it. You can call the shot. Speaking of calling shots, Marvin's agreeing with you calling your shot there. If they do a third, you could have Andrade as part of the group. We'll just start our own CMLL over here with blackjack and hookers.
But I think Andrade with Ray and Phoenix would be outstanding. Or Ray with Ray and Penta.
That's going to be the problem, though, on Raw. That would be SmackDown, but that's going to be a problem coming up here. Everyone's going to be named Braun or Ray on all these goddamn shows.
I hope they don't call them the Fuego Brothers. I really don't.
No, that's so bad.
The Fuego Brothers. Who's in charge?
Brought to you by fucking Takis, by Cheetos. The fucking spicy crunch wrap fucking quesadilla bros. What the hell are we doing?
So stupid. Oh, I choked on myself. Pause.
Pause. Sus ass statement.
But yes, folks, we are in our first commercial break. Still over 100. Let's see if we can get some friends in here to get it a little bit busier. But reminder, Joe Testori takes over for Michael Cole on Raw next week. Yeah, September. The first Raw of September, correct?
Yes. He starts in September. So does SmackDown moves to the USA Network. So this week, last SmackDown on Fox. This week, last Monday Night Raw with Michael Cole.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they do where he shows up and then like does double duty for a week or two, transition.
I'm curious to see how Joe does because they've brought in sports people before that clearly didn't have the wrestling acumen that the fans turn on quick.
Right. Yeah, you got your Kevin Patricks, your Adnan Virks, your fucking Mike Adamleys that laid an egg.
Jimmy's the funniest one because when they announced Jimmy, I was like, I don't mind Jimmy, like what he does. And even now, I don't mind his kind of take. Terrible on commentary.
You know who I'm actually glad is coming back to commentary in your neck of the woods? Good old Morrow showing up for Scott D'Amore's promotion.
Yeah, the bipolar rock and roller back at it again, man. It's good. It's pretty cool. I know both of us are huge fans of Mauro. And again, I like Scott D'Amore is trying to make a big deal out of this new company. And you look at like the inaugural match, I guess, or the debut match will be Josh Alexander Takeshita.
Yeah, the first announced match for Maple Pro Wrestling. I hope
think it's going to be the opening match of the night.
Either way, I'm just saying, I hope I got the promotion's name right. Scott D'Amore's no pro wrestling promotion. Is it Maple Pro Wrestling?
Yeah.
Okay. Good job. Good job, brain. Didn't get stuck with vitamins. But yeah, no, the first announced match for that company is Josh Alexander versus Takeshita, which is a hell of a match to start on.
Are we here live for Scott D'Amore's promotion? Anthony, great question. Stay tuned on that. I might have a trick up my sleeve. I can't promise anything, but yeah, we
cannot divulge anything at this time, but we'll ask us later on, and that can be answered. I don't know. I just randomly took over as your like anger translator or something. You're getting attorney.
Oh. Now, someone mentioned we are back from commercial break, folks. We let us know who you're taking in this one, the Judgment Day or the Lawo 8-man tag, because we didn't have enough multi-men matches last night.
Hey, different company.
I know. But someone mentioned about Joaquin Wilde and
those two Joaquin and Cruz del Toro going for the tag titles. Yes.
Yeah, getting some love for them. I think they're incredibly talented, so I'd be all for it.
Cruz del Toro and Joaquin or Los Lobos. I still can't. I almost stumbled there, but
Los Lobos. Angel and Umberto.
Berto. No, it's just Berto. It's not even Umberto.
Like, why did you do that, bro? I didn't like the part.
If you could just take out the of my name,
Like, dude, that's like fucking. You show up for a Tinder date. I'm Berto. Goodbye.
Sounds like a fucking bean dish. Berto.
Bro, you Berto my stuff.
Right. Spaz for the $5 super chat. Legado versus LWO versus Andrade and the Fuego brothers. Don't say that. Don't call them that. At WrestleMania Mexico. So that would be what? Probably 43, 44?
45, maybe. They got some places to hit, bro. They got some places. And I feel like there's like, it almost feels like they've created. We saw what happened with with Minnesota. They didn't get WrestleMania, so they had to like, here's all the shows. Like they gave them draft picks and future consideration. Like here's SummerSlam in 2 years. So there's a pent up demand for these shows. So Mexico would be fun though. That crowd would be insane.
Right. Yeah, MDB. Let me get a side of that Berto.
Ew.
Hashtag justice for Jared is trending, says Keyshawn. Keyshawn, is that a trending with a number of one? Are you the only one trending with that?
Jeff Jarrett winning that gauntlet last night would have got a better, bigger response than Christian winning it. Facts.
And would have made more sense.
And actually would have made a little more sense based on the booking.
right?
I just don't
See,
understand why you would have him, like, why if you were. It's just anyway. I'm not getting into it. I just don't get it.
Commercial break. We'll talk
Yeah.
about it on the commercial break.
X Factor. Wild is on fire.
DDT or just plants JD. Well, see, he's top heavy. That big ass head's fucking perfect for DDT.
Oh, I know, right? He's like that bird.
You're right, Jim Bird. Just Homer and the Moo Moo, and then it's JD McDonough just tapping the button.
Right. Uh-oh, we're getting something here.
Oh, everybody going flying.
Oh, they got out of the way. They got out of the way.
Springboard. They're going to do that huge ass springboard that they always do with Joaquin. Let's go for the fucking long jump here.
Wild goes flying.
I still think the first time he did it in NXT was the farthest he went. I'll give that on a scale of 5. That's like a 3.5 out of his jumps.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who launched him that time. I think Carlito was one of the guys. I think it was like Carlito, and remember when Carlito was with the Lowo, right? So.
Oh yeah.
I think it might have been Carlito and Cruz that did it, but that's a wicked spot. And again, Raw off to a hot start tonight. Lots of heat on the Judgment Day. Not a long promo, few minutes to get their point across. We're going to hear from the Terror Twins later. We're supposed to. But right into this 8-man match, and it's cooking. We're off to a nice run here.
Right, as we're in a commercial break here, as I see we keep bouncing from like 120 to about 110. So let's see if we can stay at a 120 here and keep going. But Gilly's saying, hey, you fellas did a poll for All In, and the majority of your audience has spoken. It was a solid show. Say what you want. AEW kills it with their pay-per-views.
I think you gave it a solid.
Did we disagree with this at all?
I slightly did. I thought, and I admitted, part of my feelings about the show was I was so excited. I felt like they just missed the mark on a few things. The MJF thing is the glaring one, and I said it to you when we started the show yesterday. The 4 big title matches all had to deliver. 2 of the 4 delivered. That was my biggest issue. MJF and Will Ospreay got, like, somebody gave it 4 stars. It wasn't a 4-star match. I love both guys. Wasn't a 4-star match. And Sasha and Britt was god awful. If that's the 2 best in your women's division, that bar is low.
It shows. Well, that's why it's still the mid-card title. But yeah, that shouldn't have been your 2 best in your division. What have you? That was just a bad match. The Ospreay MJF match, just to me, didn't live up at all to what was set from the last one. It really underdelivered. I still think overall it was a good show. I don't think it was as great as a lot of people, or as I'll say, as some people, mostly diehard AEW fans, seem to think it was.
Yeah.
Reasonable think. I was just like you, super excited going into it, and to be a knock it out of the park. I was asking, does this, go toe to toe with SummerSlam? And I think we decided pretty much about halfway in that unless they really pulled it around, SummerSlam wins out with that. That's not saying it's a terrible show. It's just not as good as I thought it could have been and should have been.
SummerSlam got 9s and 10s. All Out to me, or All In to me, was not that. And again, I loved certain things. Bryan and Swerve will be nominated for Match of the Year, even including all the additional emotion and the family and the potential retirement. That was wrestling magic. If they could get more of that across the show, you're doing great. And then just say to Jericho, sorry, you can't be on this pay-per-view tonight. Have Hook fight somebody young and viable with an actual heartbeat that doesn't have to sleep in a fucking coffin during the day. Have that instead. And the show is better.
That match, I almost expected it to not be great and expected that to be just a fucking dud to take some time so everybody could go to take a piss, what have you. Mm-hmm. The matches, like the MJF Ospreay match not delivering to me was an issue. The 4-team trios match being slow and meandering and all that shit.
Right.
Was just a letdown. There was stuff that should have been good that wasn't. Yeah. And if the Jack Perry Darby match got cut for time, you cut a casket match.
Right.
What?
And the flat finish to the Bucks match, just so they could get to the reveal. And that's what I felt like in the Darby match as well, is the match didn't matter. Who gives a fuck what happens in the ring? People are going to lose their mind because somebody showed up.
Right.
Two count, as we are back to the action, folks.
Right. Ooh.
Nope.
We clicked on the same person, just different comment. JV saying MJF versus Will match they had on Dynamite was way better. Yeah, I think that's a big issue with the match they had it All In, is it should have been reverse order.
Man, you were hoping they would go like $1.05, $1.10, just to prove a point.
Yeah, I thought it should have had a stip of an Iron Man, last man standing. I was the whole time, all the way from when they announced the match, I was like, that's going over an hour, right? Yeah. They already went 59, 58. That's going to go over an hour. Right. They went 30, and that's, I think, with intros.
Yeah, even if they went 101, like I thought they would prove a point. Like, and that's what we hoped for, was like we are going to get one of the best matches we've ever seen in AEW, and we didn't.
Right, as I've got Ray and Dom right now going out into the ring.
Let's go. And no matter how you feel about these two teams, this is a fun match.
Oh, yeah, and you're still seeing, a deadbeat dad beat up on his, ill-forgotten son.
Right.
Here. Again, going off of the theme of last night, it's a very family dynamic.
Right? Be fair, KJ. They're doing it too. That's his dad.
Spade is spade. They're both.
We haven't proven
with parental arguments.
We haven't proven that. That's actually his dad. So,
right. Did you look at the results?
Yeah. Did you hear him talking about it? Big kick from Ray. Down goes Dom. Two. In the crowd. We're getting some really good, like, American crowds. Of like Collision was great. Oh no, that was Wales. What show did we do on were they in Greensboro? It was like hot as hell last week. This crowd here,
for Raw, I believe so.
DC was hot.
Yeah, it's also summer. Well, autumn. Still summer. Keep summer in your heart, folks. Kid Rivos, the moment they had that TV match, I knew the pay-per-view match would be inferior. No, that's revisionist history. Everybody thought that pay-per-view match was going to out-deliver the out of that. Well, to hell with you then, too. Hell with you.
I got it on video.
If I make the rules.
No, I'm exaggerating. That was my fear, though. And I said it in the preview show of, what if it is only a 25-minute match and it doesn't go? That was my fear.
Yeah, I just wish that would have never happened. Joaquin, you did go.
Hey,
them ropes must be loose right after he just got flung on them. They got loose.
I don't know, but I think did Dom get hurt?
I don't think so. I think Joaquin got hurt, as he's now. You're getting your training day moment.
Oh yeah, right.
King Kong and on me as Dom goes on the outside.
What is happening here? Holy shit, look at this. That's amazing. Let's go.
That's literally on the vitamins to watch that. You got to see the overhead shot because it's just zigzag. Yeah.
Everybody flying. Topes for everybody. And Judgment Day is in trouble. The crowd is on their feet. And like Richard said, this is a fun match. Dom's talking to the ref a bit. He looked awkward there. And I think Joaquin tried to hold up, and that's why he slipped. But I don't know. I could be talking out of my ass.
No, you're fine. To me, it looked like he was trying to stay in sync and like just fucked up timing or whatever.
Himself into a barrel of monkeys. That was hilarious.
Just.
Liz
goes out of the frog splash.
Baby girl got his back.
Right, roll through 1, 2,
and Dom gets the win.
Adrian saying father and son, such amazing chemistry. Obviously, put on a lot of fun. Yeah. They train. They've got reps upon reps upon reps.
Yeah. Do I want Judgment Day and Laveau to have a feud? No. Do I want Ray and Dom to have a feud right now? No. I do want Dom to retire his dad. That's how it should go. But beyond that, as a one-off, just getting more heat for Judgment Day, that was a hell of a match.
Right.
Terror Twins.
Yeah, it's there right now. Judgment Day is just picking apart the LWO. I thought they were just going to start dismantling. Oh, it looks like they still are with Ray.
They are just running amok. It's
Clear it
chaos.
off your next desk. I'm at this point. I'm waiting for this is my brutality.
Yeah. As Ray is getting laid out, look at Dom. I guess Dom didn't hurt himself.
Yeah, set up for he's gonna hit I'm assuming a frog splash. Yeah,
there we go.
This is my brutality.
It's funny. It speaks volumes that Rhea's music, not Damien's.
Do they have like matching jackets and shit?
Yes.
We've got to do the matching jacket toss.
Oh, it's on, folks. We got Dom. We running. We got everybody running. Rhea's in the house. Damien's in the house. Liv, go get her.
Run, bitch, run.
Let go of her. Rhea,
Bungo splat.
And look, we got a Dom on a pole match.
But see, you've got Rhea wearing Dom, we're wearing Priest shirt, and you've got Priest wearing Rhea's shirt.
Dom gets laid out by Damien. Judgment Day in. Finn's back in.
This is now just the numbers game at this point.
I thought Finn was going to kick Rhea there for a second.
Is JD busted open? Oh, no, he's just really red in the face.
Yeah, that Irish skin.
Yeah, that milk-like complexion.
Not my Liv. We are rulers of this world. It's the weirdest thing. Like this has been the best Damian Priest. All it took was him losing the title.
But I think we wouldn't have gotten here if we didn't have a title run. That's the thing. That's the blessing and the curse with it, is that if he didn't have the title run, we would have never gotten here.
Yeah. No, and again, it helps with his confidence where he stood in and again, he wants to maintain. He would like to get back to it, I'm sure. He's been good. He's got a new energy about him. It's working.
Well, because you wanted him to be a babyface in the whole time he was the champion, but they kind of really, because of the Judgment Day, couldn't let that fully go. So they had to wait with it, I feel.
We show up Saturday painted gold like the graphic?
No. I am not doing, I am gold dust.
Right.
No, fuck off with that. Taylor Jones, what up, saying Wild getting heat backstage for shaving. He looks out of place. That's why Ray made the mustache joke. What? Is C. Montgomery Burns backstage? I told you to shave those sideburns.
Those sideburns. Yeah, as we're getting the triple threat ads now. When does Woods turn? And the Miz is back, by the way. I guess R-Truth.
He didn't deal with any injuries after taking multiple tsunamis. It's only, Truth's a bit older, so he's got, he needs his calcium more. As I've got the Miz backstage with Jackie Redmond, but MDB saying, KJ and Nick, don't let these AW stands gaslight y'all out of your ratings. I agreed with you too.
Oh, I'm not changing my mind. Y'all know me well too. I'm too stubborn. I won't change my opinion once I've picked it. Again, it's not out of hate. It's about honesty, and we try and do it across the board. And as far as it goes with AEW, it's just small things. It's all right there. It wasn't atrocious. There was just some real big glaring holes that you could have tied up nicer.
Yeah, it's not like it was a bad show, but it's not one of those I'm going to give it an 8 to 10, anywhere near around that. And now, granted, when we say about an 8 or whatever for like a Raw, it's, I think, to me at least, on like the weekly TV scale versus a pay-per-view scale.
Oh, 100%. And in my, there's Bronson eyeballing Miz.
You visibly saw Miz gulp right there of just like, oh shit. Because I took out Seth Rollins, and now you've gone and gotten Braun Strowman involved in my business.
I like this. I like this from Big Bronson Reed right now.
I've said When he was out there laying tsunami upon tsunami upon tsunami on Seth Rollins, I was cheering more and more for each one of.
Right.
And I like that he's spun into, I'm a top guy. I'm destroying people. I'm what this company should be building on.
Yeah, but they gave him some attitude. Like, remember when they were doing those vignettes before and he was just like, my mom loves me? We were like, no, this is way better. Like, where he doesn't need the fancy suit. And that, again, dig into who he is. And he's a bully and it's working.
Right. Well, he's a guy that's got the size and stature to back it up too. As I've got Damage Control coming out here. So we're getting Damage Control, aka the Sky Pirates, taken on Shazonia. I'm not calling them
PF Chang's in the house. PFC, let's go.
Clarify that you're not talking about who you're talking about with that statement, sir.
No, I'm simply talking about we got Shazonia coming out tonight. The faction affectionately known as PFC. So that's all the references is to the initials. It's clever and it's funny. Haha.
Mm-hmm.
What up? What's that?
I was just clicking on Glenn. You had Braden somewheres.
No. Go ahead.
No, I was literally just saying hi to Glenn. And then I was trying to find the comment that you had.
No, don't worry about the comment I had. Glenn, Swerve Strickland was a terrible match. That is absolutely incorrect. I'm defending AEW. That was a great match.
Well, he was saying he was a terrible champion, so that's even more of a heresy statement. Not at all. I mean, he was a poorly booked champion. He was not a terrible champion.
He wasn't a terrible champion. He went into being a champ of extremely hot. Again, the frustration with AEW as a fan is you did it wrong. I said it for a million times, and what you see in this show tonight, there's not enough people in AEW that are getting big fan reactions or interacting with the fans. Like, they don't have callbacks and stuff. You have to bring the audience into the show. They had that with Nana. You could have had the whole crowd dancing, but he was a heel with a babyface manager fighting heels and then baby faces. It wasn't done well. It was a disappointing title run.
Yeah, 100%. As Gilly's saying, I really enjoy your fella's opinion. You're both very knowledgeable, especially KJ being an AEW guy for the first 2 years.
Yeah. Fair enough. Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Nick's like, what about me?
No, I was just like, I watched it too.
Yeah.
Guess what is ever going to let Drew McIntyre have a title? Sorry, what?
Terrence, try again.
Fair enough. But sorry, I felt like I cut you off.
Not at all. Sorry to hear about Sid passed away. Good to see you, Billy. Good to see you, Steve G as well. Who else we got? Al Snow.
What does everybody want?
Kid Rivos. Welcome. Triple H always has a ton of filler and no pre-show appears to be all filler. How do you have filler on, and I'm assuming we're talking about the pay-per-view because you said pre-show. How do you have filler on a 5-match show? There is no fat on that. There is nothing to fill in. There is no extra in that match. Where would the filler be in a Triple H pay-per-view? Nick, help me understand.
So, no, what people say is that there's filler as in the time in between matches, that there will be, say,
what?
A 40, like some people have tried to say that there'll be like 45 minutes between matches or something like that.
Do we recall like a 45-minute stretch?
I really don't. I think especially us who watch like GCW and Wrestling Revolver shows and everything. So if they have a 15-minute intermission, I'm out here losing my fucking mind. Yeah. So I don't think that that's the case at all.
No, and when you do they'll do like a Waller effect, but you're setting up like Cody to get a pop, or you're bringing out some local person to get a pop. That's, as much as people think, oh, that's filler, that's part of the overall show and presentation. Like, it doesn't have to go match to match to match to match. You can have other things that happen throughout the night to make it kind of fun and special. And again, perfect example, SummerSlam. What was filler there? What parts of SummerSlam were we like, oh, this is boring, we don't need this? Like, it was all kind of with a purpose. So that's why, I mean, you can say what you want. I would rather have some filler than a Jericho match.
So, well, fair enough. But I will say this to be the counter argument. So this is the counter argument that I have heard. These may or may not be my opinions. That it's a lot of advertisements of this, that, and the third of everything around ringside is an advertisement.
What?
It's a shite ton of video packages and backstage promos, what have you. As speaking of backstage promos, we got Woods out here in
new uni.
Dark Jedi. He's in the Black Ranger gear as Kofi's in the Green Ranger gear.
A little different.
Yeah, but Kofi's even pointing out you're in a little different, my guy.
Mm-hmm. Pure garbage collection. That's not really where we're going to go with that, I don't think. And listen, I mean, when you talk about the ads on the ring and that, I mean, for all the indie marks that I want to shit on, WWE, tune into a AAA pay-per-view or a CMLL one when they got ads going all the way around the back, or when we got big giant Ric Flair Woo Energy fucking logos at a show. So I mean,
people forget that the Woo Energy thing was there like a month ago.
Well, then they fucked that up. But no, I mean, again, it doesn't. We talked about it as far as even. Oh, I can't believe they put a Prime logo. It doesn't affect the viewing. It doesn't affect the quality of the pay-per-view, and that's what we want is a quality pay-per-view. And that's what we got. I mean, I'd rather have that than I want to be entertained, man. And giving me a bunch of extra matches that aren't entertaining, that's filler. That's filler. That's true filler because I'm bored.
Fair enough. As
PF Chang's.
I can't remember what they're actually called.
I almost said
Fusion Collective.
Pure Fusion Collective.
The worst awful name next to what was it? Seductive Influence or whatever the fuck.
We got Fatal Influence.
Fatal Influence. That's what it was. It's literally it's a fucking fill in the blank or whatever. It's a Mad Lib of seductive word, something, erotic word plus, chemistry equation and then group of human beings. And that's the type of shit that they'll throw together for a faction name.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Who's on the couch?
Dakota and Asuka.
I hate Damage Control are basically jobbers. No, they're not. What would make you think they're jobbers?
The only way that they really haven't become jobbers at all. It's more of literally they've just lost members because of injury.
Mm-hmm. And they're in a rivalry with somebody right now. Like they're going back and forth. I wouldn't say they're getting rolled over.
It is to be interesting though that Damage Control was supposed to be these big heels and then instantly shifted through no character change, but just we introduced another heel team, and so now they're supposed to be the baby faces here.
Simplistic in the writing. You had a new heel faction coming out and running amok. The team that ran out after them, and especially being like EO and Kyrie, people that the fans kind of want to like anyway. It was easy peasy, that easy to change the fucking narrative, but to do it properly so there's context to it.
Fair enough. I want to like PFC. Shazonia. I can't call them PFC. They're Shazonia. They will long live Shazonia. But I want to like them. Like Shayna Baszler, what we saw of her in Bloodsport and the kind of run she was going on for a bit was really good. Zoe Starks, if she can get back to how she was when she was NXT Women's Champion, you got something there. Sonia's a great personality. I don't know how much in ring she's really spent most of her time lately being a general manager, being on the mic and everything like that versus in ring. So maybe that's her avenue that she goes on, which is still works. So yeah.
All right, we're off and running, folks. Get your predictions in the chat. Zoe and EO kicking this one off.
Who you got, sir?
I feel like PFC might steal this one, especially because Damage Control is outnumbered. As Sonya lays out EO.
I'm going Sky Pirates. They've got to get a win here to put them back on the toes. Shazonia on the back foot here.
Yeah, okay. I could see that. Absolutely. 122 likes, folks. We thank you so much.
Right, as we've been chilling at over 100, we were at 120 at one point. Let's see if we can keep this chat growing and going and all of that. We're growers, not showers, I guess. I don't know. But maybe I'm talking from personal experience. You never know. Fuck you say facts for like you've seen it or something. Fuck did you just say?
I hear stories.
Look at this shit now. What did you just say?
Kenzie Page versus Jamie Hayter would be fun. Sure. Yeah.
SRS, the special guest referee. You got to
Right.
have 2 guest referees. You got to have him, and you got to have Aubrey there, Clydesdale.
Right. Yeah, Anthony and a few people pointing out the generic, horrible fucking theme music for PFC.
What is Def Rebel?
What is Def? Yeah, 100%. They got rebelled.
Yeah.
Fancy graphics don't make pure failure collection. That's not bad. Any less of a failure. Well, I mean, I wouldn't simply accuse them of being a failure.
Graphics?
Yeah.
What fancy graphics did they have? Honestly, when I read fancy graphics, I thought he was talking about us for a second. I was like, we got fancier graphics than they do.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say they're a failure like the second week of their run. Like, might be a little preempted, Vin, but I do believe that the name is a failure, but the actual faction, I think, is going to do extremely well.
The names and a lot of stuff in wrestling have been a failure. Like, well, even American Made is a failure. I sat there and said they should have literally gone right back to the diamond mine. You own the trademark, you own everything for it. People liked it. It's different than Alpha Academy and everything. And the only thing that switched was Roderick Strong and Chad Gable.
I would have just kicked them out. I would have kicked the baby faces out of Alpha Academy. This is the new and improved Alpha Academy. That's all you had to do. You didn't really
just one of those of like you have a situation, you know, and the insects have taken over, you know, they've infiltrated it too much and just you own it now and you can have that. I'll start anew.
Yeah. Well, it's we don't. They've been such a goofy, haphazard faction for so long. Will fans be able to get behind the heel faction with the same name? All right, so we need to change. American Made, I'm not like, oh, that's so cool. It's not horrible, not my favorite. Diamond Mine might have been interesting, but again, maybe just trying to distance themselves from other situations.
Right. Misfit said, they were saying Pure Fusion Collective is the worst name outside of when Bianca then came out with the Big Three, which I don't think is that bad. I don't think the Big Three is that bad of a name, is what I was saying.
No, I said I think I like the Big Three. I don't find it.
I didn't hear that part. Sorry. I just saw it. I just said my piece, and then you just kind of looked at me like, yes.
Yeah, no, I spoke.
I was like, I spoke.
Yeah. We are coming out of commercial break, folks. EO with a big kick.
Right. Oop, we clicked on the same thing at the same time. There we go. Paul with a $5 super chat saying, someone tweet Triple H right now and tell him that this Death Rebel shit has got to go. I think multiple upon multiples people have done that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would like them to just kind of like deal with it. I mean, maybe they're just waiting out the contract, but I just deal with it.
Oh, spinning back fist. Well, it's not good, and none of it's good. Like, I think it's just a fucking problem in pro wrestling right now as a whole. Like, realistically, we even had it a couple of times, and granted, we still keep volumes at a certain level so we don't get strikes or anything like that from YouTube. But you now, at this point, it's really hard to find wrestlers that have a theme that the second you hear a note or two, you recognize it. Mm-hmm. Now it's literally you have to see the Titantron. You have to see the name come up before you react.
Yeah, I felt like with All In last night, I kind of wish they had gone with like a back cam, like from the ring to the screen, so that when we would have saw, because it would have been a hard cam the whole time, and you had to wait.
Would have been a hell of a shot. You always don't see a ton of wrestling of literally you do something from way back, pulled back behind the commentary, shooting straight to the ramp and everything, so you get this big wide panoramic shot. That would have been really cool, especially in an outdoor arena, 50,000 people. Ricochet pops up and you just get Ricochet across the screen. That would have been cool.
Yeah, like, I mean, I've seen a lot of reaction videos, including ours, that have gone out today, and a lot of like, you see a lot of like, it's okay, it's him. Like, there was a lot of like, we had to wait and see, not just for Ricochet. I know because he had new music and shit, but Even for some of the entrants, even at that gauntlet match, we had to kind of wait. Like, I think I know who that is.
Right. Big knee by Shayna. I want to touch on
big drop kick. Sorry, Nick.
No, you're good. I'm a fan of Zoe. I just wish at times like the booking and her talent and everything would all coincide and converge at the same time, like it did when she was in NXT. Like when she was taking on Nikita, that was really good.
Yeah, I think her thing is she does need assistance. Like we've seen her kind of have some opportunities with the mic. She's another one that's like a really good athlete, not the most charismatic or comfortable with a mic, but she, she's still fairly new to her WWE career. So I love what they're doing with her, and I do think she has to find a little more. And oh, wait a minute, Selena, you bitch, get her
with all of the red on her hair tips and everything like that. I was like, is she already coming out bleeding or something?
You pulled a Moxley. She got blood on the way in.
Right. The wind moved the wrong way.
Looks like you're about to be right. What is this?
Oh,
what is this?
Insane elbow followed by the moonsault. Let's go.
On the outside.
Duo. Hell of a good way to do that. 1, 2, 3. Insane elbow onto Zoe for the win as Io hits the moonsault onto Shayna on the outside here.
Right. Did I hear somebody earlier in the chat say jobbers? They didn't look jobbish. Did somebody damage control their jobbers? That didn't feel very jobby to me.
What? As well, John C. What AEW don't use the talent except for Tony Khan's friends, and that's it. Steve, calm down. Yeah, but that's not wrong.
I like the debate going back and forth. I like it. Again, it's kind of fun. I don't disagree with that. How about Triple H uses Jey Uso?
Wyatt, howdy.
We got a video, folks. I think I can hear you.
Oh, sorry. Well,
maybe because I finally shut up.
That's fine. Well, no, it's everybody's quiet. He's looking right at me. The false prophet continues to reveal himself. It's crazy because he keeps up to this 1 second to where he's looking like straight at you if you're watching the screen.
Oh, this is good as he's centering out Chad Gable and explaining why he's going after Chad Gable. So I like this.
This reminds me very much of his version of the Firefly Funhouse when Bray really kind of started to let in the Fiend and everything like that. And then kind of when he would start targeting people, it's a little bit like this VHS aspect is Bo's Firefly Funhouse.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Apologize, Lady B popped me with that one.
I was going to say, I'm sure you really believe that as you're chuckling.
But I 100% believe everything you said.
I'm joking. Catch and fly.
Your invitation.
Oh, and again, the little snap cuts and everything.
It's a purge. See, that's the vibe they're giving. A purge of strangers. Not like, not ghosts, not spirits, but just deranged.
Yeah, it's very like spooky culty, like not like Jason Voorhees type shit of like they can be beaten, but it's gonna take a fucking shite ton to try and do it.
Yeah, 100%. I want to see how this match plays out. I want to see Bo in the ring. It's been a while, right? Like, this guy's a former NXT champion. Wasn't booked very well under Vince McMahon. So this is a chance.
Sorry, we've got Drew, and then who's that talking behind him backstage?
I can't see it.
Let me know. I saw it for half a second.
Interesting. This is funny as hell. Knock, knock. Are you prepared for the coming of the Pure Fusion Collective? Well played, Lady B.
So we have collective witnesses. Is that what we need to call them? Their fan base is collective witnesses.
Collective witnesses. God damn. 0-2. Don't believe Jay should have Six won a singles title match up yet. The other point is Jay has lost every. Yeah, because they're doing this thing where when he does win the big one, that will be the story going into it of he never wins the big one.
We're talking about Jey Uso?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to click on this one first here from Mr. Noob real quick of saying, let's be honest, not one woman on Raw other than Lev Maria is over. Sir, I think you really need to change your definition of what over is. Just because it doesn't mean that they're going to be like the world title holder doesn't mean they're not over. That's a fucking mark-ass take to me of literally you just took a buzzword term, don't know what it means of over, and then think that because there's plenty of talent that don't hold titles that are over. And I'll transition to this to speaking about Jey Uso, who's over as a talent, who hasn't held a singles title. Did you hear about what Daddy Quiche had to say?
No.
Your man, Daddy Quiche. Saying that if he went on his podcast and good old Daddy Quiche spoke up for his son and said, if WWE doesn't start booking Jey Uso right, better, he might have to see what else is out there outside of, WWE ain't the only game in town here and everything. And everybody instantly pretty much was like, what the fuck are you saying, dude?
That's hilarious. Jay would do good as a singles in AEW, though.
It would never in a million years happen.
No, I don't imagine. But Jay's been booked fine. Jay's one of the most over guys in the company. And again, I think it's we come from an era where they took their time with things and there were multiple over guys. Not every over guy was able to get a belt all the time. Now, Jay is overdue. Don't get me wrong, but that is the story they will tell when he gets to that spot. But it's not like people aren't cheering for him or people have given up on him. Jay is one of the most over guys in all of wrestling, so they aren't nervous. We just saw it where people, they're going to give up on LA Knight. Nope, they're still cheering. Now, LA Knight finally got his title. When he did, we all popped because we finally.
I do really like, though, what you kind of did there of, we were talking about over and then they're over. He's overdue. I like to play there. But, yeah, Daddy Quiche, his comments of this is what you're doing. This is what I need you to do.
Yeah, it's a weird thing.
Fine. Just say less. Care more about Jimmy. Why don't you give a shit about Jimmy? Ain't nobody care about Jimmy at all. Like, Jay's good. Jay, I sent it to our group chat today of Jay right now in 2024, I think had 4 out of the top 15 or top 20 or something selling shirts in WWE shop in 2024. Jey Uso is good. Jey Uso is over. Jey Uso is, like we were saying, of a guy who's over, doesn't need a title to win. Doesn't need a title to be over. Bray's the guy who was over, didn't need a title. Same thing with Baker.
Everybody that makes this argument, Nick, here's the question. Who currently has a title should give their title to Jay? Well, we don't want to Gunther doesn't want to give that belt up yet. Cody's doing something else. I mean, an IC title, but we're working on that with Braun. So who knows?
LA just got his title. You ain't going to give it to Jay.
So what title
should you get? A tag title?
Jay needs a title. But from who? The pyramid comes to a point, folks.
Right.
Here comes Drew.
Speaking of things that are sharp and pointy, we've got Drew McIntyre coming out right now.
You know what, Steve? That's a good point, and a possibility. You hope they don't drag it to the point where he wins and everybody shrugs. That is a risk. But like you just said, he's so hot. You strike where the iron's hot, but they're in no panic. And again, whose title does he get? The speed title.
No,
did you hear what Ricochet said?
No.
He said to was it Fletcher? My speed matches got more views than than any of your matches.
Well, I saw Ricochet after everything last night. Really kind of went on a tour of telling everybody to f off that he couldn't before under a certain contract on Twitter. This man went wild on Twitter.
Yeah, he was just like, I'm free. Here we go.
He was out there doing, the quote tweets of, this account. There was somebody that says that I saw it and it was like, how long till he's irrelevant? And then it's like, dude has 314 followers and wants to talk about me about irrelevant. Like, damn, bro. You ain't had to do him like that. You ain't had to do him like that.
Right. Ricochet got into that AEW mindset quick. Get to Twitter right away.
He said, I got locked up years. He got that Turner guaranteed money.
And here's the thing. I hope he proves us wrong, dude. That's my wish, that he proves all the haters wrong and he goes out there and burns. And he's one of the best decisions Tony ever made.
Absolutely. Sorry, is Drew doing his best, trying to pander of, we're here live in Providence, Rhode Island on Monday Night Raw. Now, I have a question that I want to ask now, but Drew's talking, so I don't want to interrupt him talking. So I'll try and remember it. But
I love everything that Drew says about Punk. It is awesome how deep he cuts into this man. And like the internet haters of Punk are just like, yeah.
If you really wanted to, honestly, throw everything by the wayside, and you sat there and just looked at it and said, WWE and AEW do storylines the same, what have you, the match quality, whatever's the same. If you just were open playing field here. Yeah. The character depth for people in WWE, like a Drew McIntyre, to where we've talked about it. There's so many layers and so many ways he goes about it and everything. Right. Same thing with the Punk, same thing even with the Roman, everything with the bloodline. That to me is, at the end of the day, that's the difference maker of there's layers to everything versus everything's at a floor level. Cool.
Drew sitting down a la Punk.
With this whole biker vest shit, he keeps reminding me of fucking Chibs from Sons of Anarchy.
Right? He's saying Punk is afraid of me. He keeps jumping me from behind.
Claymore through this world.
Right? CM Punk chants break out. What's up, Kira? You're in the house to do our thank yous again. Appreciate it. Punk is on
our artificial secretary that we didn't hire.
Right. Punk is on Instagram watching the promo. Like, is he doing an Insta live? Let me see.
Hold the fuck on. All right. What?
What is this?
Everybody shift to Instagram now.
This bastard is live. It's just black screen. Oh no, I see a red t-shirt.
Oh, I needed to see.
Yeah, Punk is. Oh, he's in the building, dude. Oh no, he's not.
Oh, hold on.
He's watching it on I feel like he's in the building.
Yeah, what are you hiding in the fucking rafters? I couldn't do it anymore because it was. I was getting a fucking echo, like it's literally I'm in a fucking tunnel.
Nick,
he's under the ring.
You can hear it. He might be. I don't think it's under the. No, he's in like.
Bro, it was literally so hilarious. I'm like, I'm getting echoes on echoes.
Yeah.
Mr. Noob saying, listen to the crowd reaction for the Wyman dead. I didn't say anything about belts. I said over, and the fact is no one gives a love the show.
Mr. Noob, and my only big argument against you on that one is like Io Sky's super over. Kyrie's extremely over. Here he comes. He was under the ring. He was under the
ring. He was giving it away. MDB, you get a star because you can't hold it.
I got him on 2 screens, Nick.
I don't have him yet. How did you get ahead of me?
No, he's not here yet. I made that part up. He's coming.
Oh. I literally thought you were selling me. I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm behind. Oh, God.
I expected him to pop up, and he didn't. And then the music took forever. So I was like, what's going on? I oversold it.
Oh, no, you're fair enough.
There he is with the strap.
He must have been under the
ring. He was. You can see the ring ropes on Instagram.
Oh, fair
CM Punk went from there to there, folks.
And he somehow managed to get hitched up to the fucking strap. Oh, nope.
Punk into the stairs. And the Instagram Live's still going. You can hear everything.
His phone's just sitting there, so you can still sit there and hear him getting his ass whooped.
He was legit under the ring, my guy.
But that's insane to think about that they tied that in. That literally, it's again, if you knew, you knew. If you found it, you found it. If you didn't, it's a fucking cool thing.
Who threw that out there? Who threw that in here? Spaz. That it was. Thank you. Dude, literally, you saw him, and then he rolls out, and all you can see is the ring ropes.
Oh, there, Spaz.
He's getting him back.
He's just whipping him with the strap now.
This is excellent. Let's go. Here comes security.
Right, it's 360. He's saying even production is good. That's ultimately the biggest thing, I guess, is production is the difference maker here.
It's insane, dude. And the little nuances. Now we're getting literally, like you can see Punk on Instagram Live because his phone's in the corner. So you can actually watch. You'll see he's going to go to the corner. Somehow Instagram's ahead.
Really? I was looking, but everything with him was good.
We're just looking at his gooch on Instagram right now. Right here, look. So
I'm
live,
trying.
You're like fucking overload.
I got a good 5-hole shot of CM Punk.
Whoop his ass. Let's go. Kick his ass, Zebas.
I'm all set with a good 5-hole shot of CM Punk.
When we first made the joke about, he's probably under the ring, I corrected myself of like, no, that'd be stupid. And then he moved around and you could see like the curtain, like the apron. I was like, dude, no, that's not dumb. He was under the ring with his phone out.
He wasn't out there doing the hornswoggle playing PSP or something.
So CM Punk's got his phone back. And he ended the live.
What is Cole looking at? Cole looks like he's fucking off in a whole different world right now. He's out there waving at shit that ain't going on.
No, that was absolutely excellent. And again, folks, different strokes for different folks, but man, that was really good.
Gerard, some local hit cops, what is called enhancement talent.
Right? Those are future AEW talent. What do you mean?
No, former world title contenders is what you're saying. As Boston said on Instagram Live, you can hear how loud the crowd is. Yeah, that was part of what was throwing me off because I have us, I have the actual live feed, and then having Instagram, I'm like, too much sound.
Oh, he walked to the back and ended the live, I think. Yeah, he ended the live when he got to the backstage. So he kept the live up.
Were you hoping he was going to try and call in?
No, I thought he was going to do like a
promo.
As we are with main event Jey Uso, whose new thing is enter from the crowd, like enter from the snack bar.
He's right. He's become the people's champ. He doesn't need a championship. He has become the people's champ.
Yeah. For anybody out there that's worried about Jey Uso, guys, like, I mean, we went through years where like some of our favorite wrestlers didn't get a sniff at the belt because there were so many guys. He is over as
Papa Quiche. I'm talking to you right now.
Pull
it in right now. Here, you can just mute KJ even on the side. Just pull it in here right now. Your boys are good. Your boys are doing well. You even got a third round in the chamber here after, we had Zilla, and I thought that was the last round you had. You still got another round in the chamber that can pop off at any time. You're doing good. Jay's killing it. Jay's literally one of the top guys on Monday Night Raw. Doesn't have to be mentioned about being a champion or anything. You just mentioned Jey Uso, and it's a big deal. You literally even said main event Jey Uso, and it holds weight. It carries weight. We just said he's the people's champ. Fucking top merch seller on multiple levels here.
Yeah.
He's doing good. Just shut the fuck up sometime.
I'm sure.
I know you love your kid. Just shut up.
Listen, I would love to hear it now because I'm like, there's a lot of times it's tongue in cheek and people just quote it flat. So
no one's putting any tongues in cheeks when it comes to Kishi.
Right. Never mind. At least Punk is entertaining. Yeah, Steve, I'm with you on that one. That was genius to go live. Like that was look, the guy eat fingers on commentary.
Well, and even then, it's not even like they hyped it up or there was any sort of tease. It's literally if you just happen to have that as a notification, what have you, and you found this nice little Easter egg. It's same thing of how Uncle Howdy's right now out there dropping things on Twitter under the Uncle How or the Wyatt Sicks handle and shit like that. They don't always actually reference that shit and everything on WWE, but it's nice little Easter eggs all the way around. That'll keep you going on anything and everything.
Mm-hmm. And again, dude, you and I fell in love with wrestlers like Al Snow and some of those, even like the Hurricane, like the mid card guys, even Mick Foley before he hit main event status. Those were the guys that you kind of fell in love with. That weren't necessarily like you look at a Razor Ramon. Like imagine Razor Ramon, Scott Hall was still alive and he just went on the run that he had. People nowadays would be like, can't believe he's never been champion. Like he went IC title. That was it. That was his peak. People nowadays would lose their mind. Oh, they wasted him. Like
that is a really crazy thing to think about. And I've kind of been there with you on it. Of if a lot of certain guys had the same type of run that they had now, I don't know if it's because of hot potatoing belts, it's because of there's so many titles, what have you. They wouldn't be viewed almost in the same regard. Like honestly, you mentioned Scott Hall as a perfect example, like Kurt Hennig. I think is another example of guys that would be so underrated nowadays. Like would be so like, oh, they're burying them, they're not using them, what have you. Because they're not a world champ, because they're not this, because they're not that. Like for everybody that you're going to have up here, you're going to have double to triple that down here. That doesn't mean that down here is less than up here. It's all the influx of everything that goes on, what have you.
Yeah, and again, I think imagine fans nowadays watching Mr. Perfect run jobs for Warrior. Like fans would be losing their mind. But it's a different time and patience. We preach it a lot on this channel. And I know I'm the guy that's, be greedy, but I'm like, if you're patient, you can have the whole buffet. If you want your shit now, you're only going to get some,
you preach. If I can say the word, you peach. You preach. You are a peach. I peach you. You peach me. Mount you peach you. Guilty. Yes. But you're like, you preach being greedy, but also patience at the same. Like there is no in between. It is either go all in or you wait.
Go all in, but I want it all. I just want it in due process. I think it's earned, and I like that. I feel like we talked about it this week with the bloodline of they could give us Jimmy, they could give us Paul. Now we got time to fill. We got lots of dates on these calendars. We'll be all right, and we're in no rush. We know you want it. We want you to want it, and that's when you'll get it. So I think they've done a good job.
Right. Well, Larry says no belts for Don yet. Well, he was NXT North American champion, but no main Raw or SmackDown titles or anything.
And he legitimately doesn't need it, Nick. You don't need him with an IC belt.
But again, there's some people that just for whatever reason, it's how great they are as a character, what have you, that sometimes you don't almost need it. Like I think a guy who is misjudged of how much he needed the title is Taker. Like Taker didn't need a world title hardly ever. Same thing with Bray. It was probably the worst thing that they did to an extent, or especially when he was the Fiend and putting the Universal title on him.
Mm-hmm. As we come back, but like what Taker have 6 title runs
at most?
I think it's
honestly
6. But because he didn't need it, right? Like Mick Foley, a legend, 3. Like anyway, not everybody can be at the top. That was a long-winded way to get through the commercial, but we are back to the action, and I will be right back, sir.
Right, as KJ's taking a pause for the cause, as I'm getting a replay from when College Game Day was in Dublin, Ireland, and literally, I'm being honest, the backdrop that they have pulled up for them at College Game Day literally looks like it's a backdrop, not like it's an actual, view of Dublin, but I'm pretty positive it was. Guys, did you like the opening of Raw? I believe we did. I think we both kind of did. it was a fun match. It was quick paced, and it played in everything. We're already through. Think about it. We're already through an hour and 15 minutes of Monday Night Raw, and it really hasn't felt like that. It feels like we've been through maybe a half hour or so of Raw at best. And that's more of just because I know we've been here, because I can look at the time and see an hour 45. But that's been Raw's strong suit lately. It moves really well. It's really found at best its pacing more than anything is its pacing. As I've got Karrion Kross coming out right now, I know somebody threw it out there about Damage Control, Sky Pirates being jobbers, what have you. Karrion Kross is a guy that I feel, unfortunately, has become a jobber. I really wish 100% so much more that he could be something. Like, there's so much potential with all of this. But the whole Final Testament has been a failure to launch. Of when he came back with Vince out there and he was, the Gimpinator instead of the Gladiator. And it's been constant start with him. And I think the biggest nail in the coffin of recent memory with him was when Adam Cole cut that whole promo that ended with, you know what they do to make Adam Cole cool? They hit the music. I really think everything that's been cool with Karrion Kross, they've taken off him, and they start to give it him back, and then they take it right back away. I like bald Karrion Kross. I don't mind so much even bald Karrion Kross versus he's out here with the beard and the long hair. I mean, the guy just has, I'll say this, and I know some people might feel away with this because I mentioned it on the day he passed. He has that kind of Psycho Sid intensity of speaks a bit with a fervor, really holds everybody's attention when he talks. But unfortunately, for even a guy with so much size and all of that, he doesn't, whether it's his in-ring capability, whether it's the booking, what have you, it just doesn't all line up. It doesn't all match up. So it's a little bit of, right, well, I have, the pistons here and I have the ignition here, but the engine still won't kick over. That's a little bit what this feels like with Kross. Like, there's so much there, but I don't know how they fully unlock it. Like, they had it and then they fucked it up and don't know how to put it back together. As we're underway, as I've got Jey Uso stomping away on Kross. So we've got two baby faces and a heel in this match with Jey Uso, Kofi, and Kross, as they both are stomping out right now, Kross. So let me know here, taking folks, whether you're taking Kofi Kingston, Jey Uso, or Karrion Kross for this match, and why is it Jey Uso? Kofi and Jey have a lot of history here. 100% of they've very much been, the New Day and the Usos for a while were some of the best feuds in the WWE tag division. Christ, when they were having Hell in a Cell matches and all of that, and you're getting them pinned up with kendo sticks in the corner of the cell and all that, as Kofi with the damn bungees for fucking knees. There is 6 match for Bash in Berlin. How do you do lineup for card? Good question, 316. Maybe if I get to a commercial break here or a little or something, I'll give you how I would probably order up the card, or maybe when KJ gets back, we'll do that. But if they have put a 6 match on the card, that would be interesting. Even right now at the 5, it'd still be interesting how they're going to pace it out. But yeah, the main event tonight, Eric, it is Uncle Howdy taking on Chad Gable. So very much we're going to be all in the spookies and all in the feels here as we're heading into the fall season, by the way, chin chin. So yeah, we're heading into my favorite time of the year, the fall time. Speaking of falls, as I've got Kofi Kingston doing a graceful fall onto Jey Uso and Karrion Kross on the outside here. As that's going to be us going in a commercial break here, as Gable Ralph saying, hello, Sir Nicholas. Are you being good, little elf? That sounds sus as hell, my guy. So all due respect, as much as I might like your cookies and all that, pause. Mr. Elf, sir. Hashtag not sponsored. I'm not gonna really acknowledge that too much. Woods might cost Kofi the match. Be interested. See what I almost think might now happen, because if you're going to do that, you do it in the reverse order. I feel, to where Woods would have already had his match, or Woods would have been the first match, and then Kofi's trying to help. Now that Kofi's the first match, actually, no, you're not bad with that. Fair enough, because I was going to say maybe, Kofi tries to come out and help Woods in his match. That's what screws it up. But either way, it wouldn't be too bad. I feel like, though, if Woods comes out and tries to help Kofi and it costs him that almost makes more of sense if Kofi was turning heel. But so for those in attendance, those who can hear my voice, all 100 of you, and plus, make sure plus, that it's going to be Kofi Woods, or Xavier Woods turns heel, right? Now it's more of a question of if he turns heel and Kofi and Odyssey continue on, or if it's Woods turns heel and Odyssey's his heavy, because you did see them kind of interact last week, Woods and Odyssey, and they embraced. So we'll see. As I'm in commercial break right now, as Larry is just saying my name. Yes, that is my name. A lot of cool camera angles tonight. RM, yeah, it's Richard. I know for a while we really reacted and really embraced every new camera angle and everything. I feel like we've almost gotten spoiled from it, because it's gotten so, I don't want to say complacent, but it's gotten so refreshing that it's, not new anymore. Of you constantly have all of these interesting camera angles. You have this whole different production style that really works with it. So speaking of new production styles, but yes, and things that work with it. But yeah, I think that the new camera angles, the new touch that they've added to everything with Monday Night Raw, with WWE as a whole, it has really been nothing but an enhancement.
It's been beyond that. It's been unbelievable. It's been outstanding. Even what we just got with Punk doing a live from under the ring, just another way to pull the fans into it. And then the actual visuals. We talked about that moment in Montreal where Jay walks outside and him and Sammy are looking at the sky. And being, Jay coming in from the concourse. The corner views where Montez Ford is going up over everybody. The sky view as we get 4 topes. It's all beautiful.
Right. Apparently we're getting watched by Snoopaloop.
There you go. What up, Snoop?
Hang on, Sloopy. Sloopy, hang on.
That might be our first ever official puppy shout out.
Yeah.
So, folks, tell us about your pets. We'll give them a shout out.
No.
Jey Uso, heating up.
Action Jackson, yeah.
Here comes Kof. So, yeah, very interesting what's going to happen here. And I heard you talking as I was returning. And they've built, Xavier's the one wearing black. Xavier's the one that doesn't seem happy. That it'd be really odd if Kofi was like, I knew you were unhappy, and kicked him in the face first.
Yeah, I'm excommunicating you. But so I'll ask you this question, sir. What can they do to fix Cross?
I think he's shave his head.
I don't mind if he just had the beard. I don't know. You can't do long hair, no beard. You have to do beard and long hair. That is the combination.
He looked more menacing, bald with a goatee. If you want Cross to be something, he has to go on a tear. You got to do what the Bloodline's been doing, where every week Cross and his friends show up and they just annihilate people. They take no prisoners. If you put Cross in a match, you put him in some, a match with a Kofi where he wins it convincingly, a match with one of the Lawo and he destroys them. He needs to get a hot run where every time you see him, you're like, uh-oh. And he's got to make you remember that he's a badass.
I'm going to throw this out there, and I halfway got inspired through a different way here, but Anthony's saying let him go to TNA. That's how you fix Cross. I don't mind Cross out here with the very much, the Waco, Texas vibe and everything like that. The Jim Jones vibe of the long hair, the beard and everything. But I thought he was about to hit a Styles Clash.
Overleaf.
Right?
A modified Cloverleaf at the moment.
Yeah.
It's like a lion tamer leaf. Dear Chris Jericho, that's what your finisher. Dear Chris Jericho, that's what your finisher's supposed to look like.
Yeah, this is what it would look like if you and Dean Malenko had a child.
Right.
Roll through. But if you put Cross with Spears,
that's interesting.
You got to have one culty gimmick with another culty gimmick and everything, and you really have Spears play second fiddle.
Right.
He's he's the Silver Surfer, if I can say things without slurring my words. To Cross's Galactus and everything like that. Comic book reference nerds. But yeah. I think as Jey Uso's going up top.
Is he gonna do it?
2, 3.
Oh, there you go, Nick.
Daddy Keys. Point proven. Push up.
Yeah. Jey Uso yeets himself into the next round.
Oh, okay. So that is
fatal 4-way.
I wasn't sure how they were doing it with the weird like trios, 3-way triple threat matches here. So okay.
Right.
So who else would you want to see be added into potential for the IC belt, like in this tournament, what have you?
Jay. But see, Karrion Kross took that pin, right? Yeah. So this is where, just on a quick side note.
Yeah.
All the promos Karrion gives us about what a badass he is, he just eats L's. So
that's the problem. That's the problem. You need someone out there who's not him to take those L's if you're going to have that faction take it out.
But back to your question. I think Sammy gets into this. I think it will be really interesting to see Sammy and Jay both in this. I wonder, it'd be kind of cool if somebody from the Wyatt Sicks could get in there.
Gunther here in Europe, yeah. So can I just do Gunther? Can I do the Dijak for Gunther?
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah. He's Austrian too.
It's true.
Right.
Not as thick as the Arnold. He's a little more eloquent than Arnold.
Oh, he's 100% more eloquent. Motherfucker, if this guy was running for office right now, he'd win.
All right. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you. We appreciate the love. The rest of them might suck. We never do.
Right.
Gunther from Europe. Randy in the house.
I hear voices in my head.
Woods might cost Kofi. I could see that being a thing, especially in a triple threat because there's no DQ.
Well, that's where I got a little hung up of. To me, it felt a bit of if Woods was the first match, you could have had it to where Kofi comes out there and he's trying to help, and he ends up costing Woods, and that's where it pisses him off and what have you, and I get upset. Like, to me, if Woods comes out there and tries to help out Kofi, like, what is Woods going to get mad because, like, Kofi's going to get snap at him for trying to help him? Like,
it'd be funny, though, like, Woods picks up the win, and then Kofi is actually the one that does get jealous, and they completely swerve us. They're leaning Woods, or leaning Woods, or leaning Woods, but Kofi's like, you know what? I'm sick of your shit.
But even, I don't think, honestly, Kofi really works as a heel. Like, and even when he was halfway trying to be a heel, because I think probably wasn't, SOS, didn't you have a Jamaican accent?
Yeah.
Try and be heel at one point.
Was the only time maybe. I don't recall other than heel New Day when they first kind of kicked off.
Either way.
And he really wasn't a heel.
Kingston has never been able to be a heel. Xavier 100% could pull it off. So could it be that Xavier just gets pissed off at Kofi, being jealous about it or whatever? And it, like, the whole Woods interfering with Kofi, to me, is more convoluted than if it would have been if Woods tried to help Kofi and ended up costing him the match. Then he's just pissed at Kofi.
Yeah. Again, yeah.
On a side note, shout out for MJF coming out last night with the Apollo, the Apollo Crews, the Apollo Creed, gear there with the, whole attire there of living in America.
I love that scene. Billy, thank you so much for the $2. Not sure if you wanted to add some words to that. If so, just throw them up. I'll make sure they get in there.
I can start twerking if you can just start throwing around the singles and everything.
Right. I also think, Nick, with Carrion, I think El Ring has to go. And OG, I love the man. Hall of Famer, legend. No.
Really?
Yeah. What does he really offer? What does he bring to the table?
He's just kind of there. He's just the overseer.
Is it welcome to the Tales of the Crypt? Like, what is happening? Like, I mean, why are we letting this little guy talk? Let Carrion be the voice and don't split the voice. I mean, Carrion eats too many L's is the biggest problem, even under H.
Right, 100%. And I see, 4-4 talk of I see this because I saw this. I don't know if you saw this. They did Ilya versus Gunther at a house show.
Oh, let's go.
We're getting there. We're teasing it. I think Ilya could be a potential in at least the fatal 4-way for this IC title tournament. Oh. We're getting there. We're weaseling our way closer and closer.
Yeah, Ilya does have beef with Braun, so maybe. But could we get
Jay, Sammy, Ilya? Who's the?
Well, I mean, I could see it being Ludwig and Sheamus, the other two.
Well, no. Because two of those are going to get decided tonight. So we've got Jey Uso. The only other person that's going to get decided tonight is either going to be Miz, Pete Dunne, or Xavier. So I think it'll be Jey Uso, Pete Dunne, and then the other two matches that we're going to get. Sammy's going to win one, and then Ilya's going to win the other.
Maybe.
That's your four. That's your four going in to decide who's the number one contender.
I like the
hear me now and hear me roar.
I like the idea of Ilya going Gunther maybe at Bad Blood.
Fair. Does that title get defended at Bad Blood? Because I don't think the WWE title, the SmackDown title, is going to get defended at Bash. So maybe they do to where they alternate world titles getting defended. Just a theory.
Yeah, I don't think they have like a rotation or anything.
Oh, no, because that Bash is Cody versus Kevin Owens. So I'm a damn liar. Just disregard what I said. I'm stupid. I need to go put in the penalty box now.
There you go. There you go. Nick's on timeout. As we are coming back out of commercial break, folks, and we are rolling along. I still see 92 people with us. So come back from your bathroom breaks. Come back from getting snacks. Go get some friends. Oh, there we go. There you are. There you are. Coming out of the commercial break, we have the ad for USA premiere September 13th, SmackDown. And here comes Randy Orton. Viper is in the house, folks. Bring back Hitman Cross. Cross just has to be a killer. He has to destroy. And he looks just like an average dude. So eventually, after you hear all his promos, we go, okay, yeah, you sound cool. You sound cool. Then he goes out and loses. It doesn't resonate. He becomes the boy that cried wolf. Like, he becomes the shit talker that can't back it up. What does yeet mean? Google that shit. If Nick starts twerking, I'm disconnecting Wi-Fi. That's why he went on break. He twerking. Now, as Randy's stopping to sign an autograph on a sign, thank you, Action Jackson. Woods does not look like a face. If you go back to the old heel New Day, Xavier Woods was the biggest annoyance. Him and that trumpet, before they became all popcorny and over in all the colorful ways, he was irritating as all hell. He didn't relent. He was at ringside. They were always cheating. There is an irritating, weaselly nasally, troublemaking Woods in there. We just haven't seen it in like 8 years. AOP wanted El Ring around. If WWE fire him, AOP might leave. I'd take that risk. I'd take that risk. I like AOP. I don't love them, but they got to be used better too. And why do they need El Ring? Like, whatever. It's silly. Juan, I watch AEW put their own creative entrance, like watching Super Bowl for the commercials. All right. Rhea and Jessica, welcome. Rhea and Damian will destroy Dom and Liv. There's a good chance that might happen. I have this sneaky feeling that Dom and Liv might steal a win. I do. Or Rhea, Damian win, and Rhea has a reason then to get a rematch. Interesting. I'm tired of Ludwig and his weird shoulders. Enough out of you. There's nothing wrong with Ludwig. Ludwig's on fire. Dom is in one next week, I believe. I couldn't imagine that going well for him. Ludwig Kaiser shoulders are equivalent to Chris Jericho's swoopes. I don't even know how you connect those dots. Unless they add a surprise for a tournament. Yeah, maybe. It'd have to be on SmackDown, though, I think, Tyler, because I'm pretty sure we know who's in it tonight, which we do. So Randy's in ring gear, but as Nick pointed out last week, no tape, so no wrestle. Do you think Rhea Ripley win at BB, then Liv and RR rematch? They're not going to wait till WrestleMania. They are going to get there before that. It will be a rematch at Bad Blood or a rematch at Survivor Series at the latest. So that match will be coming soon. It'll be very interesting how they play it out. Is it one more match? Is it two? Does Rhea get the belt back right away? Does Liv steal another win and the chase goes on? I think you keep them. If it stays this hot, you have no reason for Rhea to win that belt back yet. Randy giving love to the fans. Class act. But yeah, time. We got time on that. So as much as I think that Rhea will get her belt back, I don't think it's going to go as late as WrestleMania. But we'll see. I mean, if they can stretch it that long. Damage control for the win. Are we that far behind or are you delayed? No tape, but he does have knee pads. Randy knows I'm watching. There you go. Got those eyes on those knee pads, eh, bro? Backstage, CM Punk and Golden Vampire. Let's go. Randy chants breakout. You know, people watch Super Bowl for the commercials. AEW wrestlers all have their own creative entrance that can be something to cash on. Okay. Damien, I hate you. Poor Damien. Dom said he isn't in the IC Championship tournament. That makes sense. I think the next, I said SmackDown. The next two are next week on Raw. My bad. Fuego Brothers. That's going to blow my mind. Bang, bang. I want Prediction Championship so bad, and I watch Fashion Berlin, and I'm only 8 years old, so I can't do predictions. You're only 8 years old. You probably shouldn't be listening to us speak right now, but hopefully an adult is giving you a thumbs up. We say some not 8-year-old words. I'm connecting dots out of thin air, KJ. Yeah, no shit. I got you. Did they reinforce the ring? They're going to have to. But right now, Randy talking about being at home, spinal fusion surgery. Randy needs to be champion again. He's all we have left from the Attitude Era. Juan, I don't disagree with that. I've advocated for Randy to get the belt, have a very quick run, like a month and a half, drop it, go a little bit longer, and win it back. I would love for him to get 2 more W's. I truly expect John Cena to get one more title run as well. John Cena winning the title on Netflix, that just sounds like a corporate move right across the board, doesn't it? Your 2 big stars, one on Netflix and one on USA, going to be The Rock and John Cena. It's crazy. You deserve a chance for Randy. Ruthless aggression. What did I say? Attitude? Oh. Yeah. The Edge, yeah. New needs to change name to NWO. I don't think so. It's good promo. Always. Randy's a pro. Randy's a pro. I'll be facing a living legend to the people in Europe. New legacy. That'd be interesting. Absolutely. Absolutely. No, I won't, because that's the way the villain plays it really well, right? That's the cut that hurts the deepest, is the guy that was your friend. It was family. So him putting it over now and then having that turn, I think if I'm reading you correctly, I think it's going to make it even better. I'm pushing for. I would love for Randy to retire as the belt, the belt record holder. Again, maybe one of my favorite to ever do it. I think the guy deserves all the love. Do you think KO is happy in WWE, or does he go to AEW in 6 months when his contract is up? That's a good one, Damien. I was thinking about this today because I know the rumors. I've seen the story. I heard the interview. KO's contract coming up in 6 months. KO's an interesting case. Now, KO's at the top of the division. He's working with Cody Rhodes. He's working with Roman Reigns. Triple H is giving him all kinds of love. It'd be very interesting. I think he's a WWE lifer. I think that even though he had those Ring of Honor days, I think for his family and such, but again, big money, maybe a little more time at home. I don't know. I think Sammy's more likely to leave than KO. Just referred to Gunther as an egotistical prick. Randy putting over the world title, got that one. Was Randy still getting a little bit long on this? Come on, Randy. RKO. Orton is very over. Oh, huge, huge. Guy's a living legend in what he does. You can't take anything away from him. What did I miss? I overslept. Oscar, you missed some stuff. Quite a bit. Randy Orton is in the ring right now cutting a promo on Gunther. KO not going to get any bigger. Yeah. I mean, if he feels like he's plateauing, he has a better shot of being like a champion, maybe that allure goes there. Like KO thinking, oh shit, I could fight Moxley, or I could fight Kenny Omega, or I could fight Ospreay for the world title. I don't know. I think he's a WWE guy, but I could be wrong. Right? If Tony doubles his offer, or beats his offer substantially, would that sway him? I don't know. But last time his contract was up, we thought maybe there would be a potential, and then he signed. He had re-signed this contract. Randy laying that mic down. Oh, looking to move into second place all by himself in number of title reigns. Very interesting. Do it, Randy. It blow everyone's mind, but he is such a heavy underdog, which is crazy to think. But going up against Gunther in Germany, a huge underdog for Randy Orton, but it would put him number 2 all by himself. As we got the brawl, the bruiserweight. I almost called him the Brawl and Brute. But now we got the tail of the tape for Braun and Bronson. 6'8", 6 foot, 385, 330, 22-inch neck, 20-inch neck, 58-inch chest, 59-inch chest. Let's go. 600-pound bench press by Bronson. We are getting the big meaty match up next, folks. Get your predictions in. Who are you taking, Bronson or Braun? And will the ring survive? Here's the bonus question of the night. How many AEW wrestlers would it take to match the weight of the men in this match here tonight? Think about it as we go back into commercial break, folks. We are rolling along. I will take a moment to remind everybody this is a crazy week here on the channel. We are back tomorrow for NXT. It's going to be a fun one. As always, live at 7:45 for NXT. The go-home show for No Mercy. Wednesday, we will get Dynamite. The Fallout. Will we get Ricochet? What will happen with MJF and Daniel Garcia, Ospreay, and so much more as they build for All Out. Thursday, our predictions and preview for Emergence, for Bash in Berlin, and No Mercy. Friday, a mega stream on Friday. There's 4 shows at least. We will be here for Emergence. We're going to be here for Capital Collision, SmackDown, Rampage, a whole bunch more. Saturday, brunch with the boys, number 13. We go live all day long from Germany, and we will bring you this wonderful pay-per-view and keep you up to date on everything going on. And then Sunday, we are live for No Mercy. So, folks, be a friend, tell a friend, click all those buttons below. Be a part of the family. Remember, we truly do watch more live wrestling than anybody else out there. Wrestling Court's coming back. We're working on another new show that we think you're going to have fun with. We got members only. We got so much coming your way. Don't forget Anthony's weekly review of TNA. Don't forget, we got more and more coming your way. Sorry, I get distracted by the guy down there. But ladies and gentlemen, we are cruising through as we are heading into the final hour of Raw almost. And we have Braun Strowman in the ring, waiting for Bronson. Let's go. Who's going to win? It's got to be Bronson, right? Dun, 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 dun. Throwing a poll up for everybody. There you go. Ricochet versus Kyle Fletcher, official for Dynamite. Shut the fuck up, Damian. Excuse my language, sir. There's an 8-year-old in the chat, apparently. Ricochet. I'm still mad that he debuted and was a very insignificant part of the match. I thought there was an opportunity there where Ricochet could have got a few near falls where you thought Ricochet was going to win. Even if you wanted to end it with Christian winning, nobody really else threatened to win. It never felt like, oh my God, so-and-so might win this. So, yeah. However, that match is going to cook, and Kyle Fletcher is becoming a star, guys. Kyle Fletcher is absolutely becoming a star, and I think if you can give him more opportunity, less Don Callis bullshit might help. But Kyle Fletcher, Ricochet, Wednesday, Damian, wow, holy shit. What about the speed title for main event? Yeah, there you go. Up next. I feel like I haven't been socially active in the chat. Well, hello, Christian. RIP. Yes. They're doing more with Bronson than Karrion. Facts. Nick over here.
There we go. I
Nick
tried.
over here. Nick over here.
Doing more. I should do less, apparently.
Right? Blanking me out like Fox. What are you doing?
Just for anyone who was missing, gonna miss Fox with having SmackDown. Just so you got a little bit reminder there.
Right? As we are getting a package for the women's tag titles. This rivalry between Jade, Bianca, and the Unholy Union.
Right. I thought we were about to get Cody and KO having a little backstage sit down, and then they cut to a video package.
Oh, okay. I missed that. I didn't see it.
Yeah, they had them backstage in the locker room set.
Ricochet should have went to TNA. X Division champ. Let's go. Ricochet, Trey Miguel.
Not a bad shout. It still was a huge thing to see 50,000 people losing their minds for Ricochet showing up.
Yeah.
Like, same thing with Danielson went at the end of the show, with Sting showing up. All the big surprises, like, it is a frou-frou, it is a poo-poo, because they went from 80 to 50. So you dropped 30,000. So you dropped like a whole WWE pay-per-view in attendance.
Yeah.
But to still have 50,000 people losing their mind for Ricochet coming out is still impressive as shit. I made it for the big beefy boys.
Yes. So Bronson Reed coming out to the ring. Get your predictions in. But I will say this, Nick. It was amazing. They gave him the pyro. It felt big. It was awesome. You go back and watch our reaction, and we're giving them all the flowers. It was just, I feel like that was a wave they could have rode right to a big moment. And it just like, yeah, it's really cool he's there, but now he's going to fight with Kyle Fletcher on Wednesday. It's going to be a burner.
Yes, but a match with him and Kyle Fletcher is still good.
Oh, it's amazing. That's what I think is happening in AEW. Just keep scooping people like this up and just rotate them into matches, and it makes up for no writing, because every match is going to be insane.
Fair enough. Now, honestly, you're not really that wrong. We've said that for a while, and that's for people who say AEW has storylines and everything. They do with some cases, like Mariah May, Tony Storm.
Oh shit! Drop kick from Braun.
Who knew we had this athleticism? But there's some matches that are literally, you just put two guys who are talented together in the same ring at the same time and say, do your shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, I think there was an opportunity just to have that moment where, whoever, you could have had somebody cause Ricochet not to win to lead to the match on Wednesday. Just that's the little thing, little detail. Wow. Bronson explodes off Braun.
Who you got for this match? Which, by the way, folks, let us know who you got for this match. I did want to click on this. I like this from Irvincible saying KJ and Nick said it best. AW pay-per-view are a lot of highs and lows. Reminds me of my ex-wife.
Facts.
Jesus, my guy.
I'm with you, Irreversible, on all of that.
I'm not going to be like the reporter at the All In or press conference and ask about what the split and anything.
Stick and move. Daniel Garcia will beat Danielson in his last run. That will be fucking devastating.
Did you?
He's going to beat MJF.
No. They're still, and I almost want to go more into detail of this after on a commercial, but he's still not re-signed. Crossbody from Braun Strowman.
The crossbody. A new breed of big men, ladies and gentlemen.
Right. Let me know when you got the foot in the corner.
Boot to the corner. Bronson on the second rope.
Yeah.
Another crossbody. Strowman rolling out.
Hey, AEW lost their meat division, and WWE just picked it up and called it the Big Beefy Boys division here, because we got big meaty men slapping meat. Somewhere Big E is just letting out a big old belly laugh.
As Bronson cutting off.
This man's about to think about a tope.
Oh my God. Tope tsunami.
Yeah, it can't be just a tope with him. It's got to be like a whale breaching or something like that.
Free Willy.
Free Riri.
Picking Bronson. Bronson deserves the push. I'm with you. I'm with Chambers.
I 100% have become a big fan of Bronson Reed. I think he's got to win this match. Braun Strowman, I don't know where you go. He was, again, much like Alexa, one of those that everybody thought was going to end up with the Wyatt Sicks, and clearly hasn't. So now what?
I don't know. I don't know what you do from there. That's a very valid question.
That's the issue. Now you've got a big heavy, but what the fuck do you do with him? Do you put him at the world title? Do you put him at, the IC bout? Do you just have him be, in in the kind of Haas division out there of he's out with their with an Ivar, with a Bronson Reed. He's out there just in the big meaty men division.
I'm all for it. Give them a belt. Give them the super heavyweight championship.
The meat division, the super heavyweight division.
Let's go. I'm all for it, man. Like, especially when, like they said, you got two guys in the ring right now that are like doing topes and cross bodies and shotgun drop kicks.
I'm gonna say this just because this popped into my head. It doesn't mean I exactly agree with this, and it's just more of an interesting question. Could you do a Braun Strowman, Brock Lesnar? If you're going to bring in a guy like a Brock, and he's got to work with somebody that's of the same kind of stature, the same kind of size, has at least the same bit of credibility. I don't know if we've had a one-on-one. We've had multis to where I know Brock sat there and, gave him the 1-2 receipt and everything, the two-piece with the soda on the side. But could that be a thing if you're going to incorporate Brock back in?
I think so. I think there's some history there. I don't know if Brock would go for it. I know there's, we all know like the infamous one too. Still one of the best clips ever in wrestling history, by the way, where people really
just see him stop and just piece him up.
Oh yeah, but you just see the impact on like a man the size of Braun just getting noodled. It was crazy, instantaneous. His legs turned into Kraft dinner. It was amazing. So yeah, could they do something like that as a big man match? Yeah, I think everyone's still chomping at the idea of maybe Brock and Gunther, but I really don't know that we'll see Brock until like late 25, maybe going into Mania 26.
Will we see Brock again outside of like a Hall of Fame? And I dare say if, but that's more of the climate thing of how sensitive people may be. I think Brock Lesnar in ring might be done.
Yeah, I think he's loving his life. He's a dad. He's up in Saskatoon. Fucking.
How do you retire Brock? Like, how do you have him put his boots in the center of the ring? He just goes off into the sunset. He's a fucking monster.
That's
monster
it. He just
walks off someday.
And he's definitely not going down looking at the lights. No.
Wait,
what? You want to what?
You mean you pin me? What?
I mean, look what he did for Cody. If that's his lasting impression, that Cody feud was great.
It started off raggedy than a bitch, but yeah, it started off rougher than a badger's ass, but it ended up all right.
Mm-hmm. As Reed gets tossed from the top, hit with a clothesline, still wobbly. Down he goes. Weeble wobbles. He did fall down.
Right. Oh, I'm still waiting though. Have they announced that they've reinforced this ring? I'm waiting for like a superplex off the top rope or something here to where we're going to trust the foundation, the structural stability of this situation here.
Mm-hmm.
But this goes to a lot of the big guys, like huge reaction for a Big Bill on Collision. Bobby Lashley might show up in AEW. There's only right now kind of one place that has a Land of the Giants that has guys of that stature that can kind of wrestle those guys. Like we saw it with Big Bill versus Hook. Like it looks comical, the difference.
Yeah, it really does. And I mean, again, oh wait, Bronson chasing down Braun. No, Braun chasing down Bronson.
Braun on Braun action. We got a high Braun speed chase.
And I don't know if it's the design of his gear, but it looks like Braun made Bronson have a mess in his pants as he goes into the screen.
He wore the brown pants.
Splat on the screen.
And splat in his britches.
It looks like it. It's horrible.
With who? Bronson?
Yeah.
Oh.
Give me Oba versus Bronson. Not a bad show.
Again, that's if you want your actual like giants in wrestling, your big motherfuckers.
Yo. Check this out.
Trash bin. I'm just waiting for them to come through here. Bronson Reed just camping out and just dusting with the trash bin.
Bronson Reed snipping him with the garbage can like he's playing Call of Duty.
headshot, headshot,
You've been
headshot.
camping there for 2 hours.
Right. You camping, bitch.
Bronson heading towards the
we're
door.
sauntering off towards the parking lot.
So, yeah,
do we get a Sid type spot? If we've got two big men out here, do we get anything Sidish?
Oh, through the catering table or the condiment table. I don't know.
Right. That man's got burned by scalding coffee now. Like, he's got to be Braun.
This is awesome. They're out to the back.
Braun Strowman got to be out here paying a fine that we're putting everybody through, catering tables and through luggage handling and what have you. Random piece of stanchion. Why is it there? I don't know. Do they know? They don't know.
They were assembling this. It's the extra stage pieces. Like, when you try and build something like
just shrapnel, just shit extra.
It's like, Bill was like, oh, fuck. What's with all the extra pieces?
We're fighting out in the parking lot. We've had no sort of account. Bro, this is 100% like a 2K game, or not even that, a THQ game of SmackDown. Here Comes the Pain, No Mercy, WrestleMania 2000,
Egger, look,
Know Your Role, all that.
This is so 90s right now.
Oh, he's going to throw the stanchion again. Remember when Braun was out here of just the monster destroying everything?
Down the stage. Shit. Bronson goes down hard.
Wax on, wax off.
That was a turtle waxing.
I'm sorry, dear. It was a run by fruiting.
Where are they going now? They're climbing up these boxes.
Was this no DQ? Is this a street fight? Is this box get anywhere? Is this just should this have done?
Oh, the match is over. Oh, pulled him in the eye.
Where did he get the PVC shit from?
It was just there. He threw it. Rude.
Instead of PFC, he got the PVC.
Right. Shrapnel.
Yeah, hashtag shrapnel.
Oh my God, Bronson is up on like
tsunami.
No way.
The Waterloo.
No way.
Bro, this is
tsunami.
Tsunami out on the top of the car, and the spark of through the car as Adam Pearce is instantly calling for somebody to get medical attention. This is literally out there. This is Al Snow and fucking Blackman and all of them fighting out in the fucking Gulf of Mexico type shit of literally you just had a random spark. By the way, if your car ever sparks like that, get the fuck out and run because boom. So
Bronson Reed with the tsunami off the ledge, the dividing ledge between the arena and I guess the nearby houses, but comes off and through the roof of the car, pretty much. Pancake through the car.
I like Larry. Call Safe Light repair, Safe Light replace.
Hi, can I get Jake from State Farm?
Right. Oh, sorry, you got it pierced from Raw. What you needed was Jake from State Farm.
Whose car was that? That's a good question.
Or T's and P's to the car. See what? Now we just need Braun Strowman to go, why me? Why?
Right.
But no, that was great. That was such 90s, like what we grew up with when we're channel flipping between WCW and WWF at the time of what's going on. That's 100%. You click to that and you've got these two big giant motherfuckers fighting each other all the way through the backstage arena out to the parking lot. They're throwing each other into cars. They're using stanchions. They're using this. They're using that. You're not changing channels at that. That's all of a sudden the up and down on the channel buttons get stuck
a little quick, right? And again, it's worth it. Like, and you talk about when you book this match of like, oh, what do you do as far as trying to keep them both okay so you don't have a finish? You have a brawl, and Bronson got the best of this brawl. The follow-up to this is going to be amazing. Bronson continues to look like an absolute destroyer, and Braun just lost the fight this one. He'll be back. That is outstanding.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
John, great monster, MDP. That car had family. God damn it!
It was 2 days from retirement.
Powerbomb
And the
that
car in the back said, "Everyone attack," and it turned into a car room blitz, ballroom blitz.
The best part of the show was Braun versus Braun. Man, we're past the start of the last hour, and it has been outstanding, Nick. Like the Mondays are blowing my mind because they're going so fast. A good 8-man tag match. It was fun to start the show. Good energy, good heat. The Terror Twins show up. Great job. The triple threat was pretty good. I don't know. Am I missing something here? Punk was outstanding. The Drew McIntyre promo was good. Randy was fun. Now
LWO versus the Judgment Day.
Like it's been a fun night. Like, and we're clicking through.
It's moved at a hiccup. Like even when you took your pause earlier and everything, and it was, we're an hour plus into it and everything like that. It's like it doesn't even feel close to that.
As we're getting a replay, Bronson took a huge bump sliding off that car.
I just got the replay. Just made this slide.
The pipe to the eye was mean.
Man's got the loaded pipe.
That car imploded. Like the glass just.
But it's still funny, the random like spooter spark that just went off. Like that's like a fucking bottle rocket going off in there or something.
Right. If only Punk had walked up right in that moment, went, "Real glass, cry me a river," and kept walking.
Jurassic Park tsunami.
How high was that? 12, 15 feet to the car? Like, that was a solid drop of what, 6, 7, 8 feet?
So, but you're gonna tell me, so
what?
Braun Strowman takes a tsunami from Bronson Reed, sidelined. R-Truth takes tsunamis from Bronson Reed, sidelined. Seth Rollins takes tsunamis from Bronson Reed, sidelined. Miz takes tsunamis from Bronson Reed. Good to go.
Only took one.
He's so tough. He's so safe that shit don't affect him.
Only took one. That's the difference.
So did Braun Strowman. He only took one. It might have been on top of a car, but it's only one.
That's what I was thinking.
Context might be king, but yeah. What in the human beetle shit is this?
The Fly.
Right. Jeff Goldblum called. He says, "I want my gimmick back."
Bart Simpson.
Right. Why did they say it like that? The Miz.
Amazing. Bronson comes out during this match and just pancakes the Miz. I didn't forget about you, bitch.
Fuck you, too. First off, the click you claim. As we got Pete Dunne coming out right now.
Here comes Dunner. Dunner needs a dub.
That's why, like I said, I think right now I'm calling this my final four we saw it setting up for a fatal 4-way match of the winners of all of these matches. That it's going to be Jey Uso and Pete Dunne versus Sami Zayn and Ilya Dragunov.
I'm not with you on Ilya, but it would make a lot of sense because Ilya has history and bad blood with Braun, with Breaker. But I mean, I have no reason to think you're wrong.
You're telling me that as the fatal 4-way is in a fucking main event?
I never said that.
Anger, Twitter, anger.
What the fuck? I don't know.
Madness, tribalism.
As here comes Xavier Woods. Oh, he's even like, look, pounding his chest, fist bumping, not dancing. We're getting a photo.
The unicorn on the front of his outfit. So, I mean, I know unicorns are like the narwhals of the land, but still, How do you make a unicorn tough?
He's an evil unicorn, and it's because he hasn't fully
No, Charlie baby.
he hasn't fully transitioned all the way evil yet.
Transition is one statement.
We're off and running. And then Woods throws a forearm right into Miz first, if we're following along.
Fair.
Oh, we're going for some pin exchanges here. Couple 2 counts quick.
Right, but folks, let us know who you're taking for this match, whether you're taking Xavier Woods, whether you're taking Mike Mizanin, The Miz, or you're taking Pete Dunne.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun. The current booking of Bronson Reed has been fantastic. Absolutely.
Bronson's been booked amazingly. Braun Breaker's been booked amazingly. Drew and CM Punk, outstanding. Liv Morgan, Dom Mysterio, great booking. Bloodline is on another level. We don't even have to talk about it. I mean, there's a lot going very well.
The best thing going for WWE as a whole right now is if you look at something from top to bottom, you can find the story, you can find the pathway, you can see the creative.
Makes sense.
In every match, in every story, like in anything that they put out there,
yep.
You see the connective tissue.
Oh shit!
Was kind of connected with that.
Well, Miz moved out of the way, but I feel like Woods was supposed to catch the rope and didn't, and that was a hard bump on the back of his noodle.
As Miz standing tall as we go to commercial, I feel like Miz might have kind of, shied away when he should have stepped in the front there. Yeah.
Come on, Dorn. Don't give me this Olay bullshit.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go into commercial break. They're hyping up Bash in Berlin. The show rolls on. Triple threat. Who will join? Who won earlier again? Shit. Who will join?
Jey Uso.
Going for the number one contender spot for the IC title. Are you at all surprised that there's been no like Braun Breaker watching or anything like that? I haven't seen Braun kind of
No, I could see this now like this. You don't need to fully do that. Maybe when it gets to the semifinals. Granted, do we want to admit this is a weird way to do a tournament?
No.
You really don't think this is a weird way to do a tournament?
No, and they've done it before. I mean, again, you go straight into the semifinals. So you go semifinals, finals, and you make it quick. You don't drag it out. You want to get to the point fast.
Fair.
Yeah, you go straight into the semis. That's all. It's a short tournament. I got no beef.
I think just tournaments, even right now, still in wrestling, have been watered out, but that's neither here nor there.
It might be a bold even to call it a tournament opposed to like whatever, but yeah, it's just a 2-round tournament, so we quick get the finality.
Yeah, I can more see you get Braun Breaker at ringside for the semifinal, fatal 4-way, what have you, anything like that. Right now, nah, not so much. But yeah.
Absolutely.
David was mentioned tomorrow. We are getting a concert.
Yes.
Get your tickets. Get your StubHub ready. We're here, going to be here live, front row and center for Joe Hendry out here.
Absolutely. It'll be interesting. Joe Hendry going to take on Ethan Page at No Mercy. So we might get a little taste of, at least for the NXT WWE universe, get a little taste of the creative side of Joe Hendry. We might get a little more of that. See what he does to pick on Ethan a little bit.
Yeah, well, and it's still interesting of going into NXT No Mercy. So your NXT title match is a former AEW talent versus a TNA talent. Tell me Vince ain't here. Tell me Vince ain't here.
Yeah, right. Tell me Vince ain't here without telling me he ain't here.
Right.
No, I completely agree with that. Cruiserweight for the win. Creative has always been with WWF, WWE talent. It's still to put creative over, which might now the talent is killing it because Triple H allows guys to be themselves. It's the being of themselves, and it is better creative. Like, we're not getting this cookie cutter, formulaic, who gives a shit 50-50 booking. There is, whether people agree with everything that happens, you're not supposed to, but even the bad ideas have a plan, right? Even if it doesn't work out, they're trying something.
Yes, and I will 100% segue this into a plug for us, because even if you don't agree with everything that we say, 100%, we're going at it. We're still throwing it out there, and we're not going to fault you for it and everything. But absolutely, allowing guys to be themselves, if that's what we are, versus you got a lot of our content creators out there that put on an act, that put on a gimmick, that show up in their CGI cars, do this, they throw the forearms, they do all that and everything. No, we're out here of, we say what's on our minds, we still go with everything, we listen to everybody that's going on, we talk to everybody and anybody that we can in the comments and everything. So yeah, I just went on a whole segue tangent, so
that's fine. I accept that. As the match rolls on, coming out of commercial break, folks, Pete Dunne, Xavier Wood in the ring.
Right. As by the way, Woods has an armband out there shouting out Psycho Sid as we're going swinging. We're going swinging.
Yeah, people shouldn't complain about R-Truth. JD and Finn are caught up in a storyline, so that's okay too. Just remember, I mean, it's not just this company. The Young Bucks, went, what was it, 120 days without defending shit. I mean, it is what it is. Oh, Codebreaker out of the turnbuckle. Crowd's gone a little quiet on us.
Sorry, Larry out here popping me of KJ Nick. He means 60% of the time he's there all the time.
Exactly.
Oh, right. That's like KJ out here. 60% of the time he's here all the time. I kid. But KJ's taking a pause for the cause. I've still got the triple threat going underway here. So again, if you haven't already, let me know who you're taking for this. Whether you're taking Miz, whether you're taking Austin Creed, Xavier Woods, Christ Almighty, or you're taking Pete Dunne. To me personally, like I said, I think that this is Pete Dunne wins this. As now we're getting the yes kicks between both Woods and Dunne. They're invincible, saying T's RIP, Sid Justice, 4-4, Sid Woods paying homage to Sid during the entrance. Yeah, 100% of it. Still, it is a big loss, and it sucks now, really, too, especially be at this point of being of this vintage. Of now, it's not seeing guys pass away that you might not known about, all due respect and everything, that you didn't have such an attachment to. Now these are guys passing away that you had an attachment to, that you knew, that were part of your childhood growing up. And it sucks. It really, really sucks. And it also sucks because it reminds you how fucking old you are. But yeah, no, especially this past run really quickly of, you had Sika, Kevin Sullivan, Alpha, Sid Vicious. It's been a really shit streak of people passing away in wrestling. So 100% T's and P's to everybody out there. And thank you to everybody out there who's been watching with us, as we're about 50, or we're still got about 45 minutes left of the show. Forget we go a half hour early here. But yeah. And heard about Sid earlier. That really, yeah. Absolutely, Tony. Thank you, Invincible. Yeah. 100% of that's, again, like what I said, we're live here all the time on everything. So we're giving our 100% honest opinion, our literally fresh off the top take. We're not, like half these people out here that, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do here. Oh, let me just wait until there's a big moment to react, and then I can do the thing, and I'll clip it out there. No, we're 100% going through anything and everything, talking about anything in wrestling that y'all want to talk about that pops into our head, that's going on the screens, what have you. And we're not just covering WWE. We're not just covering AEW. We're not just covering TNA. We're covering, everything from GCW to, XPW to Wrestler Revolver to Progress to, at this point, we're literally having to pick and choose between what shows we want to watch to pay attention to, because there's so much damn wrestling going on. Anyways, bruh, who did that in your pants? I think you need to, well, there's only one person in charge of your pants, and it's probably you. So I think that solved that question real fast as Pete Dunne throws Miz out of the way. going for gets a 2 count as now locking in a cross face, but he's gonna grab. You watch, he's gonna grab Wood's hand to help break this up here. Yeah, he's starting to reach over. You can see where he put his hand on Woods as he's pinning him, and then Pete Dunne rolls him over into a crossface here. I just laziness. Oh, Woods breaks that up real quick here, but Michael saying all of our childhood wrestling heroes are leaving us. Thank you, gentlemen, for some wonderful memories. R.I.P. to all of our fallen heroes. Fair enough, absolutely, and that's 100% not to get super sentimental and everything, and not to get super emotional here. As Woods with the Zoidberg elbow. 1, 2. Pete Dunne pulls the ref out. Should that be a triple threat, no disqualification. As he just boots Pete Dunne in the face, and then he's about to hit a bitter end on a miss. Oh, Pete Dunne is your victor. Pete Dunne has now punched his ticket into the fatal 4-way between him, Jey Uso, and 2 competitors to be named. I'm still saying Ilya Dragunov and Sami Zayn. But yes, back to the original comment of 100%. Yeah, it shows very much still the passing of time. And again, everybody we grew up looking up to now is age with us. But again, appreciate every moment you've got. Appreciate every moment you're here. And again, I appreciate everybody that chooses to spend those moments with us, to sit there and pay attention to us, anything like that. Bringing it full circle around here. But yeah, so we got the replay of Pete Dunne picking up the win. So 100%, the first 2 qualifiers for the Intercontinental Championship tournament semifinal or final is Jey Uso and Pete Dunne here. As Braun Breaker's getting interviewed backstage. So I know KJ very much questioned if, Braun Breaker was going to show up. Should he be involved? Why has it be on commentary, what have you? But he's out here backstage. I still would have taken Braun Breaker on commentary versus, Ishii on commentary. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Dun, like the Law and Order sound. Yes, 100%. Well, bro, if you like and it fits calling you bruh and your name is bruh, but if you like the Law and Order sound, then you need to come to, our wrestling court videos and everything like that. So we're trying all the hottest cases when it comes to wrestling out there. And this is the most I'll say is a potential teaser for something that we might have, cooking in the background, but we might also be, serving up the hottest cases and eating the hottest wings out here. But that's the most you're going to get out from me, Your Honor. 316, Nick, there is 5 matches for Bash in Berlin. How do you put the lineup for it? Fair enough. Okay, so I know this has been brought up earlier and everything, as we're getting a replay about everything going on with the Wyatts. So I will cut away. Fair enough. Perfect timing, actually.
Cut away.
Which you want to focus on real quick? There was a question in the chat, but we've also got a bit of the video package to hype up for Gable and Howdy here.
I love this. If this doesn't get you excited for the match coming up, I don't know what will. this is really well done.
Oh, yes. No, I'm literally hoping just that there's enough time between this and the start of the match that I can,
go now.
Do the things. But, well, question. I will say this before I run off here. Fucking Christ, now I got to remember the goddamn. There's 5 matches for Bash in Berlin. How would you book them? What would be the order of the show that you would put out there? I will throw this to you, and then I will see you on the back end.
There you go. Nick's going to take a pause for the cause. That's a hell of a question. I don't know. I mean, again, it will depend on. Oops, that wasn't supposed to happen. There we go. Not too bad. Now, what is the order? Cody, that's a loaded question. Which oh, Spaz, that's funny. Thank you again, by the way. All of my childhood heroes are leaving us. Thank you, gentlemen, for some wonderful memories. 100%, Michael, 100%. I'm trying to get back to that question. I'm trying to think. The Terror Twins probably go first. Maybe Gunther's going last. There's a world title. Like, does Cody go second last? What am I missing? The tag titles second. I'm pretty close. Will Randy bring back the punt kick anytime soon? I don't think so. Haven't really teased it, maybe once or twice, but I don't think we're ever going to get it. He couldn't get gold. I think Punk will beat Drew. It will be 1-1. 100%, Craig, I'm with you. We will be doing our predictions and preview this Thursday, folks. It's going to be a fun one as we are going to do previews and predictions for Emergence, Bash in Berlin, and No Mercy. We're going to let you know what myself, Nick, and Anthony all feel about the pay-per-views coming up, how we think they're going to play out, how we think or what we think could happen, what surprises are in store. So be there Thursday night, and we will talk about this. Spoiler, Craig, I agree with you. Cora Jade said pass on. Yeah, she's moved on, but so is he. What's up, Brock? Gunta. RKO for the win. Gecko Yuck nationwide is on your side. Or Geico. Did I say 800? There you go. All the American insurance companies. Are those female twins still in development or release? I haven't heard much about them in a long time. I believe they were on NXT at some point when Tiffany was there. So I think they're still around, Edgar. Great triple threat match. There you go. I heard it was a good one. Again, the match, Raw's been solid from start to finish. Good energy, good pace to the show. Things keep happening. Every segment's fun. The matches have been solid. So, yeah, I mean, I'm really content with the product. The Strowman Express for the win, not tonight. Alexa Bliss is expected to return in the next couple of weeks. What does Triple H do with her? It's a trick. There's a contingent out there that think she's going to go back to being the sparkly blonde with pink. Alexa, some people think she might be somehow looped into Howdy. It'd be interesting if she just comes back almost like a baby face, and maybe Nikki Cross has an issue with that. Maybe the Wyatts have an issue with that, and that's how she's involved. I don't know. Very interesting. I'd be perfectly fine. I've advocated for her coming back and being involved with the Wyatt Sicks. Rumors that she might be the sixth person in the crew. Other thoughts are she's going to get far away from it. Eric loving Raw tonight. Love it, love it, love it. Let's go. I think TT will win, then live, win a BB with the help of Raquel. That would be really interesting. Raquel's out there. We've watched her go through some issues in 2024, health issues. Apparently, she's doing much better. I love that idea. I think that's a great idea. As we are coming back out of commercial break, folks, whenever you go to Providence, always seems like they do something in a bar. Go figure. 37th sellout of 2024, 54th event sellout. So talk about rubbing stats in the faces. I'm impressed by the roll tonight again. Yeah. Monday Night Raw again. There you go. That makes more sense. I'm always impressed with a good roll. The episode where DJ Khaled was all over. I couldn't stop laughing. That's for MD. Or back playing college basketball at Miami. There you go. So when they wrap up with college, we'll see what happens. Thank you for the update, James. As somebody get there you go. There you go. That car got mashed up. That car is not going to need an insurance company. It's going to need a junkyard. As we are getting a replay from earlier tonight, Liv getting bounced off that ring post. Then JD and Carlito taking finishers. Rubbing salt in the AEW wound with those stats. And again, just kind of reporting facts. Are they bragging? Maybe a little. As we are with the Terror Twins. Again, we're getting a whole new Damian Priest. And this is good Damian Priest. Bro, giving us some math. When do you think Carmella could return? Carmella's an interesting one because I feel like Carmella's been gone forever. So your guess is as good as mine, dude. I have no idea. Raw really shits on SmackDown. It's been cooking. It really has. And again, I think it's ebbs and flows, right? Because I think there was a time where SmackDown was really hot, Roman, the Bloodline. It was kind of the A show. Now it's flipped to Raw. Can SmackDown grab some of that theme back? But I feel like as time progresses here, each show's kind of developing its own identity, its own feel. And Raw, to its credit, it used to be a 3-hour marathon. It used to be 3 hours of hell, and it's not that anymore. Can't wait for MNR on Netflix, Attitude Era 2.0. Yeah, I don't think they're going to go buck wild, but they're definitely going to have a lot more options. Might be a shorter show. They've talked about things like a floating ending where you never know when they're going to just, pull out, pause after the 2-hour mark or in and around that 2-hour mark. Very intriguing. Very Netflix brings a lot of excitement because it is relatively unknown as how it's going to play out. For Carmella. What up, Resident Evil? How you doing? I feel like long time no see. Hope you were doing well. KG, do you get the feeling that we could actually be getting closer to AJ Lee return, maybe on the debut of NXT or CW channel? I mean, they keep referencing AJ. They keep talking about AJ. Maybe she doesn't come in as like, oh, I'm signing and I'm going to start wrestling. Could they have a moment? Like, is she at ringside? Does she jump the railing and help Punk? Like, distract, Drew's going to get the belt and AJ pops up and steals the belt out of Drew's hand, gets a gigantic pop. Anything's possible, guys. CM Punk wrestles in the WWE in 2024. The Ricochet just ended up in AEW. People are everywhere. Last night we had a Ring of Honor Battle Royal. Essentially, anything's possible. We got Joe Hendry fighting for the NXT title against Ethan Page. So AJ Lee making an appearance, I think it's highly possible. Oh, now we're talking about Psycho Sid. Michael Cole saying one of the first men that ever greeted him in the business was Psycho Sid. One of the greatest big men in the history of sports entertainment. Thoughts and prayers, like we said already, folks. Corey Graves offering some words. Who? Context, Richard. As we are getting a Psycho Sid package. Carmella had the birth of her child complications. No, that is true. But I hear she's doing well, Gerard. I really do. So again, I don't know. But I mean, it speaks volumes to the depth of their talent, right? No Carmella, no Alexa, no Becky, Charlotte. But they're talking about WCW days. We got some Sting. We got 4 Horsemen. Great little package here put together by the WWE. Virgil taking a choke slam. Really one of the guys that, to me, made the power bomb such a thing. The power bomb and the choke slam, I think a lot of people nowadays can attribute, the Sids, the Diesels, the undertakers for those particular moves, but such a big man, and he was so unhinged, and you never doubted that he was the man that he was portraying himself as. Sad to see. His ankle was bad, man. I remember seeing it happen, like mega, like it was crazy, and a day where you didn't get like all the internet clips. But it was so holy shit, like just such a lasting impression. Coming off the second rope and just a fluke thing. But yeah, in memory of Sid, sad times, folks. And like I said earlier tonight, I mean, there's Sid, Offa, Sika, Kevin Sullivan. The moral of the story, folks, is I appreciate everyone for joining us for these streams. Life is short. Try and make the best of it. I don't want to sound all sentimental and jump on my soapbox, but just if there's love in your life, embrace it. Why we are the Wrestling Utopia. It's all about the love. It's all about bringing people together, and it's all about the positivity. Again, life's too short to be stressing about nothing. So love somebody today. And speaking of loving somebody, hi, Nick. There you go.
Need somebody to. But
Like,
no, 100%. Just even piggyback of what you said of life is short, and if you take even seconds out of your day to watch us, that's still pretty crazy and pretty impressive to me. Of that somebody takes time out of their day to listen to us talk some bullshit about wrestling.
No, it's amazing. And I love the community that we've built. I love watching it grow. We are about to hit 5.6K. We literally are a handful away. So if you can be a friend, tell a friend, and get us over our next month, we would appreciate it. But yeah, again, life's too short not to have a smile on your face and do the things you love. So don't hold back, folks. And again, don't leave things unsaid. Don't have any regrets. Let's go.
Yeah, no regrets. Braun here saying, what a transition. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know if he's being nice or
I don't care. No regrets.
Regrets. Nick's like,
as your buddy Resident Evil showing up saying, yup, WCW Psycho Sid Angle. Yes, can we stop talking about that? That is for anyone of a certain vintage. That is before you had Botchamania, before you had fucking, death tapes, anything like that. That was, I just watched this man's whole leg go the opposite direction. It's supposed to be live on television. That's not supposed to be a thing. Yeah. Like, that is forever seared into everyone's minds.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. But ladies and gentlemen, we are on a commercial break. There's about 22 minutes left of the show. I believe up next we are getting Howdy, Chad Gable. They set this match up nicely. Nice package from the Judgment Day. Sorry, the Terror Twins as well. And again, we are rolling towards the end of this show, and we are heading towards a crazy, crazy week here, folks. And again, we are so close to milestones, one after the other, and we appreciate everybody for being here tonight on the Monday.
Right.
We are live. We're always live.
Facts. And you're doing a disservice to your friends if you ain't out there spreading the good gospel of wrestling out here. I know we talked about, Collision or, the PVC, PFC, whatever their fucking faction name is and everything like that, of spreading the gospels and everything like that. Right. Being, out there like the witnesses. But yeah, you need to be witnesses to the Wrestling for Life Network. Go out and spread the good gospel of it.
Do it. KJ and Nick are great company. God bless you, gentlemen. Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate the kind words. This one as well from Spaz. I acknowledge the tag team champions. Gigantic. You're gigantic now.
I'm gigantic. I'm fucking Ant-Man, apparently. I got Pym particles and shit. All of a sudden I'll pop up, huge, and I'll just be, small. But
wait a minute. Oh yeah, Ilya's winning.
Yeah, so I told you they were setting up for this. Ilya versus Dragon Lee versus Dirty Dom. Ilya's winning that, and I bet you Sami Zayn's in another match with this.
That's a pretty good
We got Zelina versus Shayna next week.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I will 100% always do the Paul Rudd of, hey, look at us. Look at us.
Look what we're doing it.
Right. Again, this is still, as much as y'all thank us for what we do and everything. No, we really thank you. We would be doing this no matter what. Whether, like, literally half the time we'll get off streams and still be doing this for like 2 hours, just talking bullshit and everything. So we're just amazed people want to pay attention, that we actually have an audience that wants to listen to this shit. So yeah, no, thank you.
I've actually seen someone snap an ankle. I top Sid below the knee, not on film and not wrestling. Man, I had a brother. We played like we were on the same hockey team, and very first shift of the championship game, he blew a tire and snapped his tibia and fibula. They had to get an ambulance. The game got delayed. By the time the game started, we were jello. Didn't even know what to do. But ended up
out of my siblings. Knock on wood, have never broken a bone.
Really?
Knock on wood. No, don't start really. Don't start that wishing that upon me. No, that's why I'm knocking on wood. I literally sat there and had my brother broke, I think, his fucking tibia, fibula, one of the big shit in your leg that you're not supposed to break and everything. And I know my other brothers, one of my other brothers actually, Garrett, sat there and had took a dive.
Sorry, Nick. Right?
No, I'm gonna just say this real quick before the lights go out. I took a dive on the ice and sat there and has the dentures now. But we got the Wyatt Sicks, we got Uncle Howdy, we get the entrance. Everybody shut up.
Right. Yeah, I've told my story on here, what happened to me, and maybe one day we'll revisit it. I just celebrated the anniversary of it.
Did you just clap?
Yeah, man. I mean, the fact, I think it's the 7th. It was my 7th anniversary since being crushed, and the fact that I'm still alive is pretty amazing. That's why when we see these sentimental things, it's like I've been there. I've been on that verge, and I thought I was toast. So, but yeah, shattered. My elbow's still in funny pieces, but we'll get back to that. Wyatt's coming out.
We're talking about Shatter. Well, we got Shatter playing right now.
Exactly. Nice transition.
As he's still got the 6 with him, as you see Dexter's Mercy, and you see Rowan out there walking around.
I like this thing he does with his fingers, pause, but just
it's like he's twirling a cane. It's I like to sing about the sun and the moon and the springer.
That's here. He's got the lantern. All smiles.
Can we just say that the lantern is the 6th member?
No.
Embrace that shit.
No, not yet. It's early.
It's fucking early. It's months.
We're good. We got time. We got legs on this. Uncle Howdy for the win. Yeah, I'd say so.
Is this one of those that could have been on a pay-per-view, but it works almost better to close out a Raw? Because you could have put this on a Bash, but this does better as the main event, so it works better. You have it close out a Raw on a go-home show.
You need good shit on your shows, your weekly shows,
right?
I think what Triple H has started to establish is like a merit system to the pay-per-views of like the pay-per-view matches. We might get 4 or 5 or 6, but either they're heated rivalries or they're title matches. So Chad versus Bo isn't quite there yet.
I don't want to say exactly it's not there. I think that it's one of those of it will. You can even debate if it's not there, but at least if you put it on there, it's gonna have this caveat with it. So you're better doing the caveat on a Raw.
Yeah, and I like the build of things. I don't like the first unless it's a big match where it's been set up or the names where they're heading into it. Go ahead.
Is this the first official Uncle Howdy match that we've actually gotten?
Yeah.
So
Bo Dallas in years, ladies and gentlemen, Uncle Howdy, Bo Dallas returning to the ring one-on-one with Chad Gable. Get your predictions in. And he's wearing the mask for the match.
And looks in hella good shape out here. And
keep in mind, Nick, we
ahead.
just passed the anniversary, right? Like this week. Like,
yeah, that's the thing is, so that's why this is part of it and why it's a bit special is because this is literally just past a year. It was, I think, literally ended last week. We're dancing. It's a little like Jack Nicholson's Joker with Batman and everything, or with the blonde.
Yeah, with Vicky Vale.
There you go. Thank you. Party man.
Vicky
Black or white, red and green.
Big power slam.
But no, and it is just past that anniversary. And I saw even like a tweet from like, we talked about JoJo's whole tweet about it and everything, which brings a fucking tear to your eye. But I saw like Rob P talking about who, as we go to commercial, was the guy who worked with Bray about setting up the Fiend and everything like that.
Right.
And really dealt with dealing with this guy of thinking they're not going to want me back. They, won't accept me, or they're not going to see the vision, what have you. And it's still, now we're a year past his passing, and it's still holding true.
No, it's amazing. I mean, his legacy is unbelievable. And watching what they're doing now and being so excited for this, it's not the same, but it feels amazing to watch it. And the sentimentality that's tied to it, the emotions, the feels. Like I just said in my bit of the rant about people passing away. Like, here's Bray, 36 years old, the father of a handful, and life is so. We saw it with Brody Lee as well. Life can be fickle. So, yeah.
Yeah, trust me, it's not really. I know you talked about with Sid being down the pike and everything like that, but Bray's a whole year, got just a whopping year on me. So that's really like, holy shit, it can come at you fucking fast.
Right. Hagen catching the Brody reference and the yeah as we went to commercial break.
Yeah, and I liked this enough, and I know I was a big doubter of this initially, but this has done enough of it will pay tribute, but feels unique at the same time. Like it still feels, like I said earlier, the whole VHS tapes and this weird dark kind of AA meeting room that they have for everything with the Wyatt Sicks now feels reminiscent to what they had with the Firefly Funhouse, but not the same. So it's a nice tribute, but not just a rehashing, a react, literally just like what I thought they were. I was worried that they were going to do of just a tribute act.
Yeah, I mean, they've really done a good job avoiding being that tribute act that just kind of they've done a perfect job of taking the hand off and continuing the story. It's a continuation. Right. It is an extension of the legacy. It's Howdy paying again. It's homage in so many good ways. The introduction of the other characters has been outstanding. Every time the lights go out, the fans go nuts. Everyone's kind of into it. The few naysayers out there, I mean, they're minimal. Again, it speaks volumes to Bray and everything that they've been able to pull off.
Oh, absolutely. Do you like still the incorporation of the Firefly Funhouse, like the Rambling Rabbits and all of that? Of we had it initially with Bray of like the over characters of just in the crowd, but now we've seen those like human incarnates.
Yeah, I truly believe they were going to do this. That's where we talked about the Righteous were going to be a part of it, and
I still wish that's honestly, if I could rewrite history, if I could rewrite time, I just fucking want that. Vincent and Dutch with Bray, just my nipples and my heartbeat still.
As Chad Gable misses the splash from the top, Howdy rolls out of the way, coming out of break, folks.
I do even like though that Howdy's changed from before, like the initial Uncle Howdy premise felt a little weird. Let's be honest. It felt like them going at their uncle a little bit of like, what did he do in that one? But now that it's gone from like the top hat and the curly hair to Bo taking that as his own mantle, but still a tribute, like we've got the drapey kind of dready hair and everything. I'm more invested in it than I was initially.
Yeah, I think they've done a good job coming out of everything that happened and going into this new saga. Chad from the top to the floor, down goes Howdy. It revamping him, making him feel a little better. He felt a little like a caricature of something, but this feels again more like the Purge, more like the Strangers, more like a cult, more dangerous.
Well, why'd you target us? You were home. Right. That's the fucking scariest line in any horror movie of all time.
It's creepy as shit. You just happen to be here. Exploder.
That's the thing is,
into the barricade.
I know very much the Wyatt family teased on it and was very closely, I felt, tied to it. Does the Howdy situation, the Wyatt Sicks now have that same like Manson family vibe?
Yeah, and I think they're doing a great job. Like even this match is a testament. When Vince McMahon was booking the Fiend came out and just dominated. Like he was indestructible until he was destructible. You know what I mean? This is a guy with a mask on. He's wrestling like a man with a mask on. He's taking bumps. He's getting hit. Chad's getting his shit in. He doesn't have superpowers. He's just different. He's deranged. And that's
he looks like he's got like a cane gauntlet on his hand.
Right? Setting him up on the table. Reversal.
Oh, Olympic slam to the table.
And that table just said,
not through the table. It should have been through the table. Was on the table.
That table just said, "Can I have another?"
I am the table.
Right.
I'm gonna just keep quoting that until Matthew uses it at some point.
Oh, double commercial. Did we get a double commercial?
I know. Surprising, at least we got a commercial break in this here.
Right.
But we're into the final 8 minutes on this. We probably get a run over, so we might still get another commercial.
Right. Dun, dun, dun.
Marvin got me. I am the table.
Howdy's struggling to get back to his feet. The count is on. We're up to 8. Something stuck.
He's got to get the weave out of his way.
Something is in his wig.
Literally, he has like one of those little pads when you work retail and you're like working register and you gotta fucking dip your fingers so it makes it easier to pull out the plastic bag and shit. Like that's 100% what he's got stuck in his head. He's got a fucking finger dabber.
Oh!
Now kiss.
You're ridiculous. Hooking him up.
Oh, is he about to hit a Spanish fly with Howdy?
No way.
Oh, look, Spanish.
Oh,
Spanish fly.
It wasn't Spanish fly. It was suplex.
Whatever the fuck.
It was suplex.
No, he sat there and he grabbed him by the side.
It was suplex. He didn't flip.
You give me my fly.
Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah, because Gable didn't flip, you fuck. God damn it.
I'm just telling you what it was.
I know. Curse you, gravity. Curse you, physics. You fickle bitch. I saw it on the replay. I'm just like, shit, I'm wrong.
Yeah, right. Who would you rather, Bo's 6 or Ray's 7? Or Ray 6? What? That's for you.
Well, I'm assuming the Wyatt Sicks or the Wyatt Sicks, Wyatt Sick or the Wyatt Sicks. I guess the 6 with Bo or the 6 with Bray.
Right.
Like what you thought we were gonna get with initially when he came out.
It's hard to say because we still to this day don't know what that actual 6 was going to be. But Gable is beating the shit out of Bo, by the way. Bo holds on, though, gives us a little throwback.
Do the crawl, do the crawl, do the crawl.
Hooks him up, Uranagi. Dose.
I'm surprised that this is actually like a competitive match, that this isn't just I show up, I beat the shit out of you, and I leave.
That's how you beat the detractors. That's how you beat the people that say this is just supernatural spooky shit and it doesn't make any sense. And that was one of the biggest criticisms of The Fiend is he just murdered everybody and then he would lose a random match and it didn't feel real. Like I said, this just feels like a guy. Like as much as he's something
He's got a mask on.
Yeah. Hands up, crowd goes wild.
You're facing a cult leader versus you're facing an entity.
Yeah. And I commend them because this feels like a good wrestling match. A good, solid main event tonight.
This feels like, would you say this should be the payoff to this feud? Like, where do you go past this?
I don't know. That is a very good question, Nick. Oh, hooking him up. Neck breaker. Off the top.
Well, yeah, the draping, twisting neck breaker here. But yeah, I think Bo versus, I almost called him Bray, but Bo versus Gable, that has to be with this at least, the culmination of this.
I think so. As Bo setting it up, going for Abigail, but Ivy's here. Oh, ankle lock. We're going to get Nikki. Where's Nikki?
Oh, Nikki, you're so fun. You blow my mind. Hey, Nikki.
Where's Nikki?
Hey, Nikki.
When I was very young, I could do that crawl, freak some people out. Yeah, I bet it would.
I could do.
Ref bump.
Yeah. Shout out Jersey Shore ref, by the way. I know he's been there for a hot minute, but yeah, he always out there looking like,
Oh shit! Mandible claw.
Wow.
Mandible claw. He's down.
Have the lights. You need the lights to go here.
The lights to go.
Yeah, the lights out. Like I think you bring in more back to the family. Oh,
now yes, not while he was winning.
No, I was saying with the mandible claws, he's out there, just very fiendish.
Make the lights blink.
Just even they go out, you bring out more of the family, what have you. As we've got.
I like it.
Just laughing at him. It's very Heath Ledger's Joker of.
Here we go.
You have nothing, lights out.
Ask and ye shall receive, lights out. And they're here, folks. Run! Too late.
It just right in the face. And then coming out without the mask. So you've got Gacy, you've got Dexter, you've got Rowan out here just showing up and destroying people.
Dexter's the craziest one to me. Like, even just to see Dexter now and think how long we saw him with that. Oh, wait, Ivy jumping on. Ivy jumping on the redwood. Big kick.
Climbing trees.
Rowan's a monster, man. Where's Nikki?
I'm waiting for it. But she's going to be the one that still pops up and costs Gable. Sorry,
Here
Gable.
He is coming off. Howdy was in an ankle lock. Yes, he was. The Wyatt Sicks are here. Well, Wyatt 4 because there was no Nikki.
Well, catches himself on the move.
Got him!
Sister Abigail!
Yes, good night. It's over.
Planted him. 1, 2, 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bo Dallas is back. Uncle Howdy takes the W. That was beautiful.
Catch and fly.
She's a backpack.
Run. I can be your backpack. Why run? As now we've got the lights out and the smoke and everything.
I love it. And again, the question mark becomes, where do they go from here, Nick?
Absolutely. And still just all the way that we've gone from this and a couple days removed from the year of his brother, the year anniversary of his brother passing. And he's out here having the moment that's 100% paying homage, but still starting anew. Yeah, this is just a really good moment.
And we've seen a lot of him with the rest of the Wyatts. This was his moment, he ended the night. No Nikki, though. But yeah, folks, Raw has come to an end. Crazy show, fast show. Uncle Howdy gets the win in the main event, and a whole lot of other things went down tonight. Get your rating out of 10 in the chat now. What did you like? What didn't you like? How did you feel about it? What is good tonight, Nick? Again, Monday is on fire.
100%. And that's the thing, is what's so interesting with it is there's so many things going on that you can remove one or two and it's still fine and it's still going. Like, we had no Gunther overseas doing international tour, all of that, still good. You have no Sheamus and all of that to follow up with the Pete Dunne angle because he's overseas, he's out there, he's pouring pints for Pat McAfee and everything.
Right.
But we've still got everything going on. Still good. There's so much going on with Monday Night Raw. You can swap everything in and out, and it still cooks.
Absolutely. I mean, again, it's the energy, and I have to give them their credit. The in-ring stuff is really good. The main event tonight, I really enjoyed it. Again, not a whole lot of topes, so some people out there aren't going to love it, but it was an outstanding match, a good old solid wrestling match. You build up the Wyatts, you build them up, you make them look good, you make Bo look good, but Bo didn't look like a supernatural, kind of what they did with the Fiend or with Finn Balor at times. Of he just all of a sudden unbeatable.
Well, even you go back to an old school guy like a Kane. Well, I say old school of like
that's old
pre-2000s and everything like that. Pre anyone born, the over, the age of or under the age of 20, but 100% of to where he initially looked, you could hit him with anything and everything and it wouldn't affect him. He was the Michael Myers of this.
Yeah.
And that's, like you said, I'm glad that they didn't do that with Bo.
Yeah. And again, he still has a level of lunacy of like, you're beating him up and he's laughing. So how do you deal with that kind of deranged personality? But he's not. He bleeds just like the rest of us. So right?
It's like I said, and I'm not trying to, because honestly, if your hero is like the Joker or something, you're toxic. Just pointing that out there. Just, you don't need no psychoanalysis or anything like that. But to where he's out there like the Heath Ledger Joker of you hit me with a chair, and he's just laughing because it's not like he's got some supernatural power. No. It's literally just, I'm so unhinged, unwound, and everything that what you're doing means nothing to me.
Yeah, and Mick Foley's a perfect example. Like Mankind
was perfect example.
I love the pain. I live for the pain. I need the pain. Like, it's a different animal, and again, it adds an element of realism. Chad Gable, again, an outstanding worker. Thank you for that. That's exactly what I'm thinking. Yeah,
that honestly, once you said that, I was like, that makes perfect sense.
Right?
Like, perfect sense.
I learned that I like the pain.
Right. As Eric Tate with a 9, Hagen with a 9, 316 with a 10, Dale with a 7, John C with a 9, Roman with an 8.5, Richard with an 8 out of 10. We got a 7.9 from Alexis, Larry with an 8 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10, 8.75. Wrestling with Savage, been a minute, saying peace to Sid, absolutely 7.75 out of 10 knee pads, 9 out of 10. Mega Stan, a great way to end it. I'm trying to see if there's any other ratings I'm going to miss. Mankind 2.0 with a mix of Joker. Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean,
you want to just appease both of us. Yeah,
they opened the show.
I think you're more right.
Yeah, they opened the show with energy tonight. The good promo to start the show. Lots of heat for the Judgment Day. Booed out of the building. Great 8-man match to start. Good energy. Saw a lot. Like that sky view of the 4 topes, unbelievable. And again, I feel like the energy kept all the way through. A lot of good things. The CM Punk stuff was unbelievable. I am going to give the show an 8. Just I feel like 8's nice and solid. Again, I mean, I got to leave room because of everything that happens on all these shows. Could there be a better show? For sure. Nothing was wrong. Everything was outstanding. I mean, it is a phenomenal show. 8, 8.5, 9. I mean, it's all the same. Like 8.
No, I'll go with you an 8. I could have maybe got. I was debating, or I was thinking about an 8.5 and everything because I saw some people around 8s, 8.5s,
Yeah,
8.5s, 10s, 9s, 9s, 8s, 8.5s, all of that. I'll go an 8. To me, like there was more minor flaws than anything of just even. I don't know how I feel fully with like the trios, triple threat matches and everything like that. Of just, well, it's more of the New Day booking and then trying to figure out that story more than anything. Of there's more like I'm more picking at thin needles here to try and find big flaws or anything with this. It was a good show, nothing that's really super over the top, but a really solid show across the board.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I think they're building for Bash nicely. The go home show from a Raw, that was really good. Some people are going to say, well, the main event really didn't have anything to do with Berlin, but we're fine. We got there. And I like what they did with Howdy tonight. I'm thrilled with that. I like the energy. The fans are into it. When they got a little quiet, Bo woke them up. It was good to see Bo Dallas back in a WWE ring. Former NXT champion. Cannot sleep on the fact that this kid is a wrestler.
And third generation as well. And
yeah,
probably strongest suited, probably most touched upon thing was the Judgment Day versus the Terror Twins tonight was really probably the most prominent thread throughout the show.
Mm-hmm. And it kind of has been for a while, right? Like, so.
Well, and it makes sense going into Bash when you've got the, mixed tag, and especially if you've got Gunther on, deployment there.
Yeah, and the fans are so into it. That's part of it, right? Like we saw the segment last week when Damian popped up behind them and everybody went bananas. Tonight they were losing their mind, the boos. And then when Rhea showed up, when you called for the music and she came storming out, the fans came unglued. And that's part of this is, yeah, it's going to be prominent on the show because the fans are eating it up. Like that's the job. Right. Like they're losing their mind. AEW take note about storyline. I just want to say something real quick about this comment. I love this comment.
Go ahead.
And it's, again, we kind of harp on this with AEW, but you know what? I find super ironic. People are talking about the match we got at All In between Bryan and Swerve, one of the best match in All In history, and but predicated on amazing storytelling in that match. And that's where the fans out there that say you don't need the story, that match is next level because it was a story to it. If you did the exact same moves and the exact same shit without the story, it doesn't exist. It's not as good. It's not as compelling.
I'll take your take and put a spin on it too. And I think that's part of why we weren't the biggest fans of All In and weren't really caught up on just, we had big surprises. You had one or two really high spots and everything, because everything with that show should have had great story, had great story leading into it and everything. And only 2, maybe 3 matches really capitalized on it. So that's more the issue.
Yeah.
For a company that's at times had its feet held to the fire when it comes to storytelling, and you have a whole show that's your top stories, that's your best fucking rounds in the chamber.
Yeah.
And you can only get off 3, maybe 2 rounds out of a 5-round, 10-round, 9-round chamber. That's the problem. Like,
yeah. Well, that's the comment earlier about the filler, right? Of like, yeah, but they got 5 shots in their revolver, and they're hitting bullseyes with their shots. They don't. It's quality over quantity. If you have 10 matches, you're putting more pressure on yourself to deliver. If you cut it down to 7, 8 matches, now you can get into that quality. You can cut out a couple of those extra matches that don't make sense. You move a couple of the shitty matches from yesterday to the pre-show. Get rid of those big giant multi-man matches. You have an overall better card, and it's cleaner. Matches could go longer.
But see, and that's the biggest, I guess, slight issue with me here, as Vance is saying 7.5 out of 10. MDB is agreeing with you. Safet saying, don't forget Mariah May and Tony Storm. No, 100%. Trust me, that man will not forget. If he was saying it was his second to almost favorite match here and everything. But 444 saying great live stream, all of that. to me, it's not even of trimming off matches to find more matches that mean anything. Of that was your best matches that meant something.
Yeah,
just it was execution. It's not even placement at this point. It's not you had a Jericho and a Hook thrown in there or anything like that. It's execution of you want to say you're the company where the best wrestle, then fucking wrestle.
That's it. Just do your job and don't give me the shitty matches that I don't want to see. And make it count. Like, don't tell me Jericho's giving me 5-star matches. But I digress. Raw was great tonight. Good energy through this one, folks. And setting up a big week as we head to Berlin. I've seen a couple people excited for the weekend. We are here live all week. Tomorrow, NXT. Wednesday, Dynamite, the fallout from everything that happened at All In. And then, of course, Thursday, 3 preview shows and predictions for the weekend. It's going to be insane. Friday, a mega stream. Saturday, a whole bunch of shit, including Brunch with the Boys 13. We will be live 11 a.m. We have it all, folks. It's going to be a fun one all the way from Germany, and we will see how they do. 150 likes on the stream is beautiful. And, of course, Sunday, No Mercy all day long, folks. The channel that just continues to watch more wrestling than anybody else out there. Nick, it was a good one, and Howdy is back, man.
Absolutely. Howdy is back. And again, the party don't stop until you hear that we are live. But 100% our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. When you're talking about that wrestling, you better put that for life with it.
Come back tomorrow. We're crazy busy. See you on the flip side. Good night.